I welcome you guys back into my next video over here. And now you have to understand that when you're really good, or else when you're really going to do something very special for yourself, you have to understand you have to start doing a video today. You have to understand that when you're doing something that's very special for your life, you're going to be really growing. So understand every single day that you grow, you're going to be making a difference by making sure that you're giving those ideas daily and making sure that when it rains, you also go under a shelter somewhere where it's not in your accommodation where other people are sleeping. So if you have people around you sleeping, don't go and do one of these videos while they're sleeping. Because guess what? You can go around Sydney, you can go around where you live, and you can be under a cover anywhere in life. And then you can just be away from those people so you can let them sleep. Because how do you feel when you're sleeping and somebody else is doing a video content like this? You have to understand that either way, you have to get yourself out and about. So you understand that you go around the world and you travel and you do some nice beautiful travel photos. So I understand that no matter what, I have a nice beautiful shoulder bag, and I wore my shoulder bag today, although I brought myself an umbrella this time. And because I brought myself an umbrella, I put the nice beautiful umbrella where the shoulder strap is. So when you put a shoulder strap, I put the umbrella inside that shoulder strap, and it's holding the umbrella for myself in terms of the shoulder bag. In terms of I'm holding my nice beautiful umbrella without having to hold it with my hands, because it's going inside the shoulder strap of my actual weight in terms of how my body weight in terms of my shoulder bag is. So it carries my nice beautiful umbrella on my chest without me having to have my hands on the actual umbrella. So what I do is I make sure I go do some travel photos. So when I do travel photos, I just do normal regular photos of just the scenery. So when you go into my nice beautiful Mega Drive, you may find everywhere in terms of life where I travel. And then what I do is I go and do all these photos of the scenery, because I like to go out and about and into scenery that I've never seen before, and then I just do some photos. And now I've seen Sydney millions of times. Guess what? I realize that now what I do is, even though I've seen Sydney millions of times, guess what? I still have to go and do those photos in terms of Sydney so that you can see it. That's my business. That's my travel photos business. So when I go to Spain, I do photos of all of Spain. So then when you go into my nice beautiful Mega Drive, you see travel photos of Spain, and then you just go and swipe up and you see Spain really quickly. And it's really, really nice that you go and develop that nice beautiful strategy that when you go and travel to somewhere, you go and do photos as much as you can. So that then you can just post it online somewhere for free so that people can see it. And that's what I do. Although I do anything in terms of my life where it's a new scenery, I go and do as many travel photos as I can. But now, since my nice beautiful umbrella is on top of me and I don't even have to hold it with my hands while it's raining, I can do travel photos while it's raining. So understand either way that I choose to go with a nice beautiful umbrella over a raincoat, because I understand a raincoat doesn't really satisfy me in terms of doing all these photos. But I understand that now these days that the iPhone, for example, has a nice beautiful function where it's water resistant, and the Apple Watch as well. So understand that you can go in the rain with it and it will never ever damage itself. So when you're going and getting all this nice beautiful technology for yourself where it's rainproof or waterproof, and you can go underwater and you can go 30 meters underwater with your technology because it's waterproof, you can go do all the photos of the sea. And understand you can go and travel to Spain and see all the water there and go underneath and dive and then do all the travel photos there too. Because you have to understand that either way, that now these days you have to get yourself the best technology that you can and get the ones that are very much more affordable for yourself, because anything that's affordable is something that's not expensive and it's not cheap. But guess what? I understand that no matter what, that when I go and stay away from most of life, I make sure that I go and make a reason for something that I don't need. Because when I don't need something, I don't go just get it because I want to impress somebody. I realize when I impress somebody, I just impress myself, because I don't need to impress other people. I understand just recently some guy said, oh, this guy has some kind of umbrella. I realize either way, that my umbrella is broken, although I still use it. And guess what? I realize just because it's broken, I love to wear broken stuff. I love to dwell on broken matters. Because when I go and understand that I get something that's broken, I go and use it as much as I can, because I understand that I never need to impress you with my broken umbrella. You understand? Why would I go get myself another umbrella when it's broken? What for? Why do I need to impress you? I can still use it. Do you get it? I mean, why would I go get another umbrella so that you may not say that it's a shit umbrella or something? I mean, I don't care about that. Although, guess what? I realize that what I care about is never impressing you and never impressing others. So, for example, when you have a Ferrari or a Porsche or these nice, beautiful cars, you have to understand something. You have to understand it's worth nothing. I mean, you understand? I mean, whatever you understand that this umbrella may be $15 in plastic money. I mean, it's for free because people are printing plastic money right now. And understand if you start going and printing your own plastic money, you go to jail. But understand either way, that you never go working for the outside world. So understand if you want a big house, I mean, the big house that you ever need in life is the one that you're really giving. I mean, a big house is something that you give and not something that you achieve in the outside world. I mean, success does not come from the outside world, or success comes from the inner world. So many people are really confused about this, and they're confused in terms of what is success. I say success is inside them and what you have in the inside world and what you've given. But some other people understand that they believe that success is having a tram and owning the tram. So when you see a train, for example, you have a train in your local area, I realize they own the transport in terms of all that ground, and I realize they own the train as well. And there's scratches on the train and everything like that. And then they get very angry because they believe that that's their success. So if I go up to your Ferrari and I key it, I make a mark on your Ferrari. I mean, don't go and exchange the color of your Ferrari and get a new paint job, which is $10,000 in plastic money, to do a new paint job with your Ferrari. Because guess what? I realize I come again and I key it again. I may key your Ferrari again. I mean, that's another $10,000 in plastic money. So guess what? I realize that if somebody keys your car, or somebody breaks your car, or breaks the mirror or something like that, I mean, guess what? I mean, don't go and replace that paint job that you have on your car, because somebody else may crash your car, or somebody else may go and disturb your car and key it or burn it up alive or whatever. You have to understand that nothing in the outside world is alive except for the nice, beautiful Mother Nature. But understand everything is really energy. I realize that outside world is just as much energy as we are. But understand that what's important that you understand that nothing you own in this world is from the outside world. I mean, everything that you own in life is yours in terms of your eye. You only ever have your own eye. I realize now, you have to understand that if God doesn't give you your own eye, then that means that you don't even exist. Because if you cannot say, I love you, then that means life does not exist for you. So understand that God gives you your rights, that you are your own individual. You understand? So that's why you're living in this world, because you need to go and do something for God. You have to go do something for the greater good. But understand, if you choose not to, I mean, that's your choice. But guess what? It's either you're doing something for God or you're not. And now those who never choose to do something for God are the ones going to prison, and they're the ones like Lil Wayne, for example, who get a 10-year prison sentence because they're not turning to God. I mean, you understand? So either way, understand that what's very important is understanding that I use my Apple Watch, for example, and when I go and use my Apple Watch, I have a nice, beautiful saying over here that I have 2 hours and 31 minutes until the sunset goes down. So that means I can go and do my nice, beautiful performance on the street here, and I still have time to do a 1 hour video with my nice, beautiful life coaching session. So either way, today it's raining. So what do? I understand, I look at my watch and I say, sunset's in about 5 hours, or sunset is about 3 hours, or sunset is in 1 hour. So I make a decision that if sunset is 1 hour, I realize now I just make sure either way that I don't go doing these nice, beautiful life coaching videos outside somewhere, but I may go do it inside, for example. And now nothing can stop me from doing it inside somewhere. So what do? I make sure to go somewhere where there's a light, for example. So I have a light here as well. I can sit in front of the light over here, and I can still be able to do my videos even after the requirement of the sunset. So for example, I make sure that each and every single day, that from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I do one life coaching video, no matter what. But I don't do it indoors. I stay at the Q Space Hotel right now in Chinatown, and I get $22 a night. But let's say I have a wife, I give $11 a night now, because we both split the nice, beautiful rent. And otherwise, I mean, that's the most affordable rent that you can get in Sydney. I mean, $11 a night at a hotel. I mean, it's very nice and beautiful, but guess what? I realize it's more than enough. And it's more than enough to live on. So understand that most people who work a 9-to-5 job right now are using their strength to live only. I realize they just want to live. I realize they don't want to be famous. I realize they don't want to be growing. But understand that those who are not growing shall die. And if you die, you shall not have a great life. But understand now, because my life coaching videos are something amazing, I can come here even after 6 p.m, for example, although I make sure to stick to my 6 p.m. rule, which says that from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m, I go and do my Nice Beautiful Life coaching videos. But if something happens and I don't manage to do it, I realize I can show up here and do it in a Nice Beautiful Life, even if it's 1 hour until sunset. Because by the time I get here, I realize maybe 20 minutes walk, and guess what? Either way, I start, and I can manage a 1 hour video either way. I realize that no matter what, if worst comes to worst, I just switch over from my life coaching videos and I do it inside. I realize now, if I do it inside, I still can. I still can do a 1 hour video inside, but I choose to understand that either way, that I make sure to go and do my Nice Beautiful Life coaching videos without having to worry about whether or not I will arrive into it. Because I always do. I always make sure that I go do my life coaching videos regardless of the weather and regardless of what's going on around me. Because I understand that when somebody destroys your portrait or something like that, or breaks your portrait or steps on it accidentally and somebody breaks your material or somebody drops your phone and it breaks, I mean, listen, I mean, it's not your fault, but understand that if you chose to give them your phone, I realize now, understand to take responsibility for that and then just get yourself a new one, but don't complain that they broke your phone and don't complain that they break your stuff. I mean, don't complain, because guess what? I realize if you're happier, you're not going to complain. I mean, if you're happier, you're not going to complain. I mean, you understand? I mean, if you're happier today, you're not going to blame people. And if you're happier today, you're not going to make excuses, because you always find another way to do your work. I mean, if somebody goes into your house and steals all your stuff today, I mean, don't be upset about that. I mean, be happier that somebody needs that from you, although realize that you're helping them in some kind of way, and then move on. And realize that you don't even need it in the first place, because what you need now, when they've already stolen your stuff, is something new. You need a new lifestyle, and you need to go somewhere new now. You have to refresh, and you need to reset and get some new technology totally. And start from scratch again. But guess what? You're never really starting from scratch, are you? I mean, if you have wisdom, I mean, nobody can steal your wisdom though. I mean, now, guess what? I realize I have a beautiful laptop. I gave $800 to gain the laptop. And now listen, I realize that either way, I realize if somebody steals this laptop today, I understand that my music production skills, I still have it. I just have to get myself another laptop to be able to start again. Although, guess what? I realize you can always get that plastic money. You can always get plastic money, but can you always get the skills? I realize now, yes, you can always get your skills. You can always go and increase your skills. But now, if I have no laptop, you have to understand that I have to get a laptop. I have to get a laptop, but I have a laptop now. But either way, you have to understand that if somebody chooses to steal my laptop, I have to then go get myself a laptop. Because I understand that no matter what, I already have one. I already have a laptop. I understand now, if somebody chooses to steal your laptop and you have these skills with music production, you never lose those skills. You just have to get yourself a new laptop. And then you can start again. Although realize that nothing from you in this life can be taken. But what you can understand is you can always add to life. You can always add to life in a different way. And then you can get started and you can go and really, really dwell in new information every single day and find some new ideas every single day to go and do it on a video, because that's inspirational. Because anybody who's inspirational today is giving that knowledge every single day. And even if you have a broken umbrella or a broken car or whatever, I mean, it's not the end of the world, because understand that you're not broken. Otherwise, you can never be broken. You can never be broken. But if you allow yourself to be broken, then you can be. Otherwise, now, nobody has power over you. I mean, I never have power over you unless you give me power. So if you're giving me power today, you'll just be around me. I mean, that's that. I mean, you just want to follow me around and you just want to be around me because you just want to do nothing. I mean, now, if you just want to do nothing, you're giving other people power. I mean, then what they're going to do is they're going to say, take advantage of this guy because he's very stupid, or this woman, and they're very stupid people. But guess what? Just get them to clean the toilet or something. I mean, just get them to do something, please. I mean, help them with some money or something like that, but get them to go and clean the toilets. I mean, now, those people who clean toilets and do the 9-to-5 work are doing low value for work. I mean, they're doing low value because they have no talents and they have no abilities. mean, let's just put it like that, because if you work in a 9-to-5 job, you may say that you have a talent, but you have no talent as long as you're working a 9-to-5 job. I mean, now, if you realize your talents, you can work a 9-to-5 job and have your talents also. You can also have a talent while you're working a 9-to-5, but if you're just working a 9-to-5 all your life, I realize that means you have no talent. I mean, do you understand? I realize now, people can put you in a 9-to-5 job, but is it your decision to stay there? I realize now, that's up to you. But understand, if you stay in a 9-to-5 job, I realize it's because you're not growing and you have no talents and abilities to get out of the 9-to-5 job. So anybody who gets out of the 9-to-5 job, such as I, or Tony Robbins, or these music producers who are going around the world singing and traveling and doing music production and public speaking events, I realize it's because of what? I realize because they have a talent and they have something to give and they have a show to put on, or they do a rock concert. I mean, they travel with their band across the country because why? I realize because they do music and that's their business and not 9-to-5. I realize now, you have to understand that whatever you're doing today, if you're going online and signing up to these programs where you're doing jobs for other people for plastic money, you are not really working your 9-to-5 in terms of, you're not working your 24/7 job, which is on you. You're working on other people's assignments while you're making money in terms of plastic. So never do that. But what you do is understand that if you shall choose to do that, you have to understand it's much better than working a 9-to-5 job for somebody else then. I realize now, understand that many people, for example, music producers, I understand music producers and rap artists and vocalists may sign up to a program or an online website where other people will hire them to sing for them. And other people will hire you, for example, to get your music production skills to make a track. And all you have to do is just say, I charge this much, or I charge $500 to make you one track. And then guess what? I realize they give you $500 to make them one track. And then you can make money like that. You can make plastic money like that. But guess what? I realize now it's more better to do that than to go be a cleaner at a toilet when you realize, or to go do something for something else in terms of something that you're not even interested about, and then you just go work for it because you're working for the plastic money and you have no interest about it. I realize now if you have an interest, you can make money on your interest. You can make plastic money on your interest. But guess what? I realize now what's even better than that is understanding that you don't work for other people and you don't work for plastic money in the first place. I realize now if you go on these websites and you go and correspond to making other people tracks and making other people more skilled in terms of what you're doing, and you're charging for that plastic money in terms of what you do, you have to understand that if you shall understand that you do that, you're then understanding that you're doing your passion, but you're making also plastic money on the side to fund your projects and to also understand that what you want to do is what? I mean, you don't want to become a millionaire through plastic money, do you? I mean, what you want to do is understand that what's more important than that is understanding to develop that skill you have. And now understand that when you go and develop that nice, beautiful skill that you have, you understand that people are going to give you plastic money because you have all those skills and you have the talents and you have the abilities. So why would you worry about working for plastic money in the first place? I mean, now understand that if they throw you in a 9-to-5 job to make you work for plastic money, you don't work for plastic money, you just work to live and be free. But on the side, make sure that you're doing something that you love to do. And now understand that if you choose to understand that you can hustle right now, and you can go on your website right now and you can sign up to these programs, and then guess what happens? You can say that you're a professional music producer, you can show your nice, beautiful demos, and people can hire you. And you can just be online. But guess what? I realize that most of them have a subscription process. And now you have to subscribe to their process and you have to give them money every single month so that other people can give you plastic money. I realize now that's the case. Although understand that if you want to make real plastic money, you have to understand you never work for plastic money in the first place. I mean, do you understand? I mean, what did Jesus Christ work for? I mean, he never works for plastic money. I mean, he never works for the actual outside world. I mean, now, guess what? I realize that what's important here is understand that Jesus Christ works for information. And that's what you have to understand, that information is something that you need to do. But if somebody gives you plastic money, I realize they have what? I realize if you're working for plastic money and they give it to you, you are actually giving them power. You are. You're actually giving them power now because they are your boss. I mean, if I give you $1 million now and I say, go and clean the toilet, I mean, and you take it, and you grab the $1 million, you're actually going to the toilet for me to clean up you're going to clean up my shit. You're going to clean up all that bullshit over there. I own you now. I own you for that space of time. I mean, now, guess what? Otherwise, that's really understanding that most people are going online today and trading time, in terms of their time, for plastic money. And now, don't trade your time for plastic money in the first place. I mean, it's not worth it, because if you do that, you're giving your time, which is much more valuable than the plastic money that you're working for. But let's say that you're doing your nice bit for music production, and let's say other people are giving you plastic money to give them a nice beautiful track and to sing their vocals and to sing their music. Otherwise, now, you can be doing your talents and make money on them. And now, if you're increasing your skills while you're working in terms of doing that, or in terms of what, you have to understand that if they're giving you plastic money and you're doing them service because they gave you plastic money, and you're working on your talents in the same time and you're growing at the same time, otherwise now, is it worth it or not? I say yes. I can say it's totally worth it now, isn't it? Because what's happening here is understand that you're working on your talents while you're working for them. Although, are you really working for them? You're not working for them at all. Because what you are doing really is they are giving you money in terms of plastic to work for them. But guess what? When you work for them, otherwise they want you to create a music track, or they want you to sing over, or they want you to go and design their programs and all of this. But it's really that you're learning along the way how to do so. And now, because you're learning I promise you that because you're learning your talents and abilities on how to do so while you're actually gaining that plastic money, you can actually now make plastic money and also love your job in terms of what you do. Because how is that possible? Because you're actually increasing your skills while they're giving you plastic money. Otherwise, now, it's actually worth it that you go and sign up on these nice, beautiful programs online, and understand that if somebody shall come and see you on those nice, beautiful programs, you have an account, and what happens is you go and do them a service when they hire you. And now, when they hire you, you have to understand that you're doing yourself the service and not them. I mean, do you understand? Because you're turning it back around at you. And you're not making the track or music production track or designing their software or designing it for them in terms of singing it for them or doing your talents for them. You're doing it for yourself, and so that you can grow, but they're giving you plastic money so that they can have a job from you, so that they can do their job. And now, because they come up to you and they give you plastic money so that they do a job with you, you're doing your own job, and you're not doing it for them, but you're just receiving their money. And that way, you understand that you're making new money now. You're actually making plastic money now. You're actually making plastic money doing what you love to do. And it's not because of them. I mean, do you understand? So when you get into real estate, for example, you have to understand that if you go into real estate, I promise you now, you're pulling people into accommodation, and guess what? I realize that you may be making some plastic money here, but understand, is it really for the plastic money? You can say no. I realize it's not for the plastic money, because I do something else on the side that helps me to get out of the 9-to-5 job so that I can do what I really love to do. Otherwise, now, if you choose to do that, you can. You can totally choose to go and do real estate today. You can totally choose to go and understand that plastic money in terms of making a business online, where you can go and totally charge other people. Do you have to charge other people? I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to charge other people, but what you can do is go online and sign up to these programs or landscape and do some landscaping, but do what you love to do. Otherwise, now, if somebody hires you to go write them a book, go write them a book, because what happens is you make plastic money on that, and you're actually increasing your nice, beautiful knowledge and talents along the way. Do you understand me? So understand that you can go and do all these nice, beautiful landscaping jobs now, and what you can do also is you can go and sign up to Fiverr, you can go sign up to these landscaping applications, and also Sound Better, and all the nice, beautiful vocalist sites, where understanding that you can go and sign up to them, and people can be on the lookout for you, and you just upload your demos and what you're doing in terms of music production and all that, because you're qualified yourself. You qualified yourself to do it. So what you do is you qualify yourself and your talents online, and other people will look at your demos and they will choose to give you money or not in terms of plastic, so that you can do jobs, or so you can do them jobs. And now when you're doing them jobs, you're not doing them jobs, you're doing yourself a job. Do you understand? Because they are you. So when somebody comes up to you and gives you nice, beautiful plastic money to do them a job, you're doing yourself a job and not them. You're not doing it for the plastic money, you're doing it for yourself. So if I give you $1 million, and you go and clean the toilets for me, although understand that you go and do that, and then guess what? You have $1 million now. You can live now 20 years in the making, and you never have to work for me again. I mean, you can also be smart like that. I mean, do you understand? But guess what happens? You just now understand that plastic money is not the resort. You have to understand that plastic money is not the resort to living a great lifestyle. But what is? Understand it's increasing your talents. Understand that people go and make these nice, beautiful nightclubs, and guess what happens? I realize they're making money in terms of plastic on the entry. And if I go into a nice, beautiful nightclub, I'll give you $50. You make 20 bucks, but the venue makes 30. I realize either way, you're making money, and people around you are making money as well because you're making them money and you're bringing a crowd with you, aren't you? But guess what? I mean, are you increasing your talents? You're not increasing your talents though. And that's where you fall. Because understand that most people who go and do these nightclub events and they're promoters and all that, realize they may be promoting and bringing people in, but guess what? Realize that some people may be increasing them skills in terms of their skills along the way. But if you make a nightclub today, and then you go into a nightclub that you're making money with, and then you just stay there, and then what are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to DJ in the nightclub? You can. Although you can increase your own skills in that nightclub. I mean, do you understand? While you're making plastic money and giving a service. You can do that. But guess what? You have to understand that what's ideal is don't sell alcohol to people in your nice, beautiful nightclub. I mean, why do you have to sell drugs along the way? And now, you have to understand either way that the venue that you must hire, or else they probably want to make money on that nice, beautiful alcohol. So guess what? Or else, is alcohol beautiful? Or else everything is beautiful. But understand if you take it and you drink it, or else now it's not beautiful because you're killing yourself. But understand that nothing from the outside world can really satisfy you. But understand to look through the plastic money now, and understand that anything that's really plastic money, you can understand that you can gain it with your talents, but you don't have to work for it. You don't have to make it a resort. You don't have to go and understand that it has some type of value to give you, because plastic money doesn't have value to give you. But what does is increasing your skills and talents while you're making it. And now understand that when you make plastic money, I realize what you're really doing is understanding that you're making your talents much more worth it along with that. So understand that, for example, I go with my Mega Drive, I have an affiliate program, and if you sign up with my Nice Beautiful affiliate program, you get to go on Nice Beautiful Mega Drive and have your free account, and you're giving them a subscription plan of a certain amount. But guess what? You get to have my content in the process as well. And then what I do is I make $7 every single month, that when you're really understanding that what you do daily, you're just doing something amazing. What's that? I don't know. I do YouTube. I've got YouTube over here. I have YouTube. I have my Nice Beautiful Instagram over here, so you can come check me out. I do a lot of business. I'm doing some vlogs on YouTube right now. You can come check it out.
What's your...
Yeah, you have the Instagram?
Yeah.
I have Instagram right here. You can come and check it out. I have a lot of ideas. I do a lot of ideas about business. I mean, what are your ages right now?
14.
You're very young. You're very young. I'm twice the age of you, but I'll teach you something about life. You just go on Instagram. You check out what I'm doing every single day. I understand. I've got some people over here who are really understanding what I do over here, because you can find me there. But I'm a fashion model, and check it out. You have my Nice Beautiful bio link. You click my bio link, and then you go into my YouTube channel. And you also have my Mega Drive. I have many quotes in my journals every single day. I post it online. And check out what I'm doing. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, understand, I just have to sell myself here. So there were 5 teenagers here. And understand that no matter what, that either way, these teenagers stopped and are asking about my Instagram and what do I do, and am I vlogging on YouTube and what am I doing. So I understand that either way, I have to sell myself really quickly for free. So I'm not here to go and get their money or something. I'm here to increase their knowledge first. I'm here to really give them that nice, beautiful scenario of understanding that it's not about the plastic money. So understand that if I tried to sell them on plastic money, I'd be like them saying, you must go on my Instagram and give me $5,000 and understand I'll teach you this. I was like, no, you teach them first and then the plastic money comes. Because understand that what's going to happen now is they're going to go on my Instagram and they're going to check out all those photos that I post, which is over 12,000 photos I have right now of myself on Instagram. And on my YouTube channel, I have over 600 hours of videos. So they have a lot to go through. But understand on my Mega Drive, I realize I have 3 years of journaling they have to read. And I realize it's every day that I post a PDF of my Nice Beautiful Life. And then I have over 31,000 quotes they have to read also. Or else either way, I make money on my Mega Drive affiliate program, because guess what? I understand that if you ever want to subscribe to an online storage, I understand that if you want to go and see my journals and you want to go and see my Mega Drive in terms of life, you have to click through my affiliate link only. I mean, do you understand? So if you click through my affiliate link, and then you can check it out. But then what happens is you have to go into the application of Mega Drive and you have to download it and you have to have it in your life, and then you have to upload your own content into it. But you don't have to, although some people do. And understand that who goes on Mega Drive and uploads their content has my own business. So you have to understand that when I go on Mega Drive, I upload all my videos up there. I upload all my courses into Mega Drive. I upload all my quotes into Mega Drive. I upload everything that I have in terms of my life online, and I have an online storage, and that's why. And either way, you can only find my information from my affiliate links. So either way, I set myself up for victory here, that I have 5 links, I have 6 links, but what I do is I go and name them more differently to just make something up. I make something up to show people a service, but it's a real service. And now understand that when I have 5 links showing Mega Drive, and one person is going to click on one title because they love one title more than the other ones, and then that link, in terms of them, otherwise they will sign up to Mega Drive and they will give a subscription to Mega Drive to have their own online storage. And then they give $6 a month, and then they may give $17 a month later, and then $30 a month to be able to put their photos online and videos online and all this nice beautiful content that I have in terms of videos and audios and writing and PDFs and photos. I put it online because I don't want to get myself anything in terms of a USB external hard drive, because I may lose it, and that 1 terabyte of information, I'd rather put it online than going and losing that nice beautiful information. Because if I lost 1 terabyte of one, I realize I never lose anything. Although guess what, I realize if you ever lose 1 terabyte of your information, I mean, that's really, that you may kill yourself then, because guess what, I realize either way, I mean, 1 terabyte of your information, I mean, that's your life. So I put it online so I never can lose it. I never lose anything that I have. I'll just pause this video because I understand that my nice beautiful video is 15% battery, so I can go and really never disturb this video, but just so that I can understand to charge my battery. I understand, guys, that it's very important to have yourself a portable charger or something like that so that you can go and record your videos. But understand me now, that I make money through this nice beautiful affiliate program eventually in the long run, because I understand that I'm famous. I understand that people who want to go and see my quotes or information in Mega Drive in terms of my videos and my courses, and they want to go and download. Thank you very much, boss. Thank you. I'm very good. How are you? Thank you. I'm just doing a YouTube blog over here. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. I have a nice beautiful Instagram. I have a YouTube account. You can come and check out what I'm doing every day. I can say Danny Milivojevic. You can find me. You can have a photo for yourself. You can do a photo, and you can always find me online. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Otherwise, either way, otherwise I just saw myself quickly. I saw myself with that guy really quickly, and those teenagers really quickly, because I understand that what's important is just go and show them what your nice beautiful business is first. Because once they go on my business in terms of my Instagram, I realize that what happens is that my life is now happening. I realize my life is happening much better. So I go online and then I show how my life is. And I show myself on camera. I show myself as a fashion model. I show myself as much as I can in music production and in terms of all life. But when I go into nice beautiful Mega Drive, I put all my content there. So if you want to download my content, you have to go into my affiliate link. Or else if you want to go and download my quotes into your phone, and you want to do anything in terms of my Mega Drive, and you want to go and download my journals that I write every day, so you can educate yourself through my quotes and my journals and my videos and audios, and download them to your phone, and also check out the scenery that I do in terms of my travel photos, and check out my life in terms of my Mega Drive. You have to also go and download Mega Drive, because that's the only way that you'll get through me. But then what you do is, the only way to get to me is to understand that you sign up through my affiliate link. So understand that you have a choice here, that you don't have to sign up through my affiliate link to give me money in terms of what I make, in terms of my life, but you can go and sign up to Mega Drive on your own. Although understand that it's just a way for myself to put these affiliate links, so that if you want to ever use my link for anything, you have to also sign up to Mega Drive through that link. Otherwise, now, if you sign up to that Mega Drive link that I am affiliate, in terms of I'm an affiliate with, that link of Mega Drive, you have to understand that because I affiliate myself with Mega Drive, otherwise they didn't ask me for that. Otherwise they didn't ask me to be an affiliate. I just chose to be one with them because I choose to promote Mega Drive. I choose to promote them. And now because I promote them in 5 links inside my Instagram. And now say I'm famous. I mean, let's say 50 million people are following me and they want to click on my 5 links. Otherwise, they have all these affiliate links they have to click. And if they want to download my videos, and if you want to download my audios and journals and PDFs and all my content that I ever have, and you want to see Sydney, and you want to see Adelaide, and you want to see Brisbane with the travel photos, and you want to update yourself with where I am around the world, I understand that either way, I make a little PDF as well. I make a PDF, I post it in a nice beautiful affiliate link on Mega Drive, and you can find out my events as well. And I can just do that on a nice beautiful, I can do it on a nice beautiful PDF file. And I'll show you where I can show you exactly where I'm attending around the world for a little PDF file. You don't need a website for it. You just put it in words. You write it down in your nice beautiful phone and you put it online. And guess what? I realize you click the link and you find where I am across the world because it's always updating itself anyway. I'm always posting a new one anyway. I mean, do you understand? So either way, I realize that's all done because what happens now is I increase that attention. I increase the attention because eventually people are going to be like, what is this and what is this and what is this? And eventually they're going to dig into my content as much as they can. And then I go public speak somewhere and I say, all of you guys can download my videos right now and you don't have to be on YouTube and you don't have to be going through the YouTube MP3 converter so that you can go and grab my YouTube videos off of Google somewhere without my permission. But I give you permission, so get up on my affiliate link in my Mega Drive and just download it really quickly. And you don't have to go through Google. Although understand that those people who want to go the other way around are people who are using MP3 converters on Google to download YouTube content. And they're scamming people and they're just trying to grab their contents for some reason. So understand, I just give you my content so you don't have to go the MP4 converter on Google Drive today because that's a new way of information today. But understand either way, that I give all these courses. So when I go and really speak to a crowd, I understand you guys have my 5 links. I mean, you can go and check out my Mega Drive and understand I'll give you all this nice beautiful content that I have on YouTube right into your phone today. And you don't have to watch it on YouTube anymore. And you don't have to listen to my audio programs on YouTube. You can listen to it on your phone. And either way, they download my audio programs. You don't have to watch my videos. You can watch my audio programs because my audio programs are just as good as my videos. I mean, either way, I understand it's my voice. I understand that I rather show myself on video, and I understand that my videos are much more important than my audios. But you have to understand it's equal value when you're driving, and understand you can listen to my audio programs, and you don't have to watch me. Although understand either way, it's equal. I realize equal writing and information in terms of audio and video is all equal. But understand now that what I can do, because I'm a music producer, I can go and sing other people's vocals. I can go online now and create a service and say, you guys can get some lyrics from me, you can get some, and I can value it at some cheap price. And now I'm not cheap, but what's a cheap price? I realize that I never label a price as cheap or expensive. I just go and give a service. I just go and label something that people want to give me. I realize now, if I give you, and I say $10, I'll do you nice beautiful lyrics and all that. I realize either way, I just do it quickly, and I make you really quickly these nice beautiful lyrics, but then I choose to grab those lyrics and I choose to sing them myself because those are my lyrics. But either way, I make some money on the side, and either way, I can go and sign up to these nice beautiful programs online and I can price myself at a massive rate as well. And then somebody's going to come down and just say, here's 10,000 bucks because that's what you said that you're worth. So no matter what, I just make that money quickly because I give them all my talents and I just increase my talents along the way. And that's just how you make plastic money today. I realize it's really easy, but what you have to do first is understand that people get so confused about plastic money and how to really make it. And what they're really doing is they have no skills other than the 9-to-5 job that they work in. And let's say you work for Centrelink in Australia, which is a government program where they give social security and pensioners money and all this accommodation money, for example. And now either way, I realize they may go there and learn about the systems, but I realize that's as far as they go. And now they may go up to the CEO of the company. I realize now they're going to try to level themselves and learn as much as they can in the workplace so that they go and make more plastic money along the way. I realize now that's a development kind of way, but I'm doing another way where I don't have to work a 9-to-5 job and do their jobs. I go and create my own jobs. I'll go do something different on the side, like music production or life coaching or public speaking, or I do singing and I do comedy shows on the side, and I also do acting. And either way, somebody may choose that or somebody may choose to give me plastic money for that. And now I do real estate on the side as well, so I understand either way that it's not about anything other than teaching you how to do it. I understand it's not about the plastic money. I don't care about the plastic money. Or the plastic money is just something that the governments and the world today is doing right now. But understand this. I understand eventually there will be no more plastic money and there will be no more cryptocurrency either. I mean, either way, you have to understand that eventually cryptocurrency will no longer exist. I promise you. I can already see the future because you don't need the stock market in terms of cryptocurrency to live life, and understand that it's all a bullshit scam. I mean, understand me now that if you remove the stock market exchange, and you remove cryptocurrency, and you remove plastic money, I mean, what are we really working with now? I mean, we're working with time, and that's where life is going now. I realize that everything is going to be scheduled in terms of everything is going to be scheduling itself through time only, and we're going to be using time over money. And that's it. Otherwise, we're not going to be using cryptocurrency anymore, and we're not going to be using anything other than robots. Otherwise, we're going to go into the robot section and understand that robots are going to replace cryptocurrencies. I mean, let's just put it like that, because the blockchain today is a robot, but understand that more robots are being replaced, and the police today that you see, otherwise that robots will be in there. Otherwise, everything that you see in the 9-to-5 job today is going to be robots, because humans want their own time and not money. I mean, do you understand? Because when you have your own time, you will understand what I'm doing now. I have my own time now. But you guys who are watching me in 50 million years time, you understand what I mean now, that this world here in 2020 today is trading them time for money. But in 50 million years time, you guys will not be doing that. You guys will be trading your time for your time, and that's that. Whereas now, the world's shifting from trading time for money into trading time for time, and that's that. Whereas time is valuable, whereas money is not valuable. But money, in terms of wisdom, is. Whereas now, money in terms of the outside world, in terms of what they're printing, in terms of the plastic money, is not what you need. You understand? Because what we need is less in terms of we need more than less, although what we need is to remove the plastic money sequence today and remove the stock market exchange so that people can change their time for time, and that's that. Because when I give you 20 minutes of my time, you're going to value it this time, because I understand that we're trading time here and we're here to grow and not waste time, or else we're not here to waste time, or else that's the whole point. So understand that now what I can do is I can go online, I can go and sign up to these nice beautiful programs, but guess what? I may have to give some plastic money to make some plastic money. Alright, now you have to understand that either way, that most people are doing that on the stock market exchange today, and what they're doing is they're giving plastic money and they're waiting a bit, and then they may make some plastic money. Or they give some plastic money and then they wait, and now that's stupid, but guess what? They're giving plastic money, I realize that's good, but then they're waiting to make money. You don't wait to make money. You just make money straight away. You don't wait to make anything in life. You just go on top of your nice beautiful trend in terms of what you're doing. You make yourself your own nightclub. You make yourself whatever you want. But understand that if you invest the money, you then can charge people on the door to do your own content. You can charge people on the door, and you're not doing it for plastic money. You're doing it so that you can increase your talents. Whereas now, it's much more worthy for you to go and charge people for your content and what you have. But understand that I will not charge for my content. I will not charge you for my YouTube channel. I will not charge you for my nice, beautiful Mega Drive, because it's all for free. And now, why do I do that? Why do I do that? I understand there's an advertisement that's Doodle. I understand, why do I do that? I understand either way, I'm not fried. I understand I'm something better than frying. I understand either way, I'm something much better than a drug addict. I understand either way that they say that anybody who's a drug addict is fried or something like that. Or they understand I used to be that. And now I understand that I'm something much more than that, because I understand my eye. I understand that when I go and really understand to dwell into my nice beautiful information, I give you that information, because what's important is understand that if you ever want to go and make any type of plastic money in the world, you won't make plastic money by making plastic money. You will make plastic money through the skills that you have. And now, skills is something that gets you more plastic money. And now understand that most people go and price themselves really early on. And they're pricing themselves about what they are. But give some value first. Give value and give 600 hours on YouTube before you even price yourself. But understand, I never have to price my content on YouTube because it's for free. And it's something that really drives that nice, beautiful plastic money into my range. Because understand that my Instagram is just an Instagram. But understand, when you go on my Instagram, you find out what I do. Whereas now what I do is something worth it. Whereas now that's all the plastic money in the world. I don't need your plastic money. I just understand that I can make plastic money giving my services now. I can do plastic money in a way that I'm increasing my talents, because now when you're increasing your talents and abilities, you can make plastic money. You can make plastic money as long as you're growing. But if you're not growing, you can never make plastic money. I mean, do you understand? But guess what? Or most people are going and making plastic money today, and guess what they're doing? Or they're not increasing their skills. Or now that's the stupid facade, and that's a lie. You have to understand that they're living a lie. Or I understand, I'm not lying to you. I understand either way that they're going and really just dwelling into a 9-to-5 job, and they're not increasing their talents. But I'm increasing my talents without the 9-to-5, but they have to work on 9-to-5 because they have no talents. I have a talent to be out of the 9-to-5 and to go do something that's really much more worth it than a 9-to-5 job, because I have my own 24/7 job and I work something much better than them. Now, how is that possible? I realize that I read more, I do more, I give you more ideas, I give it to you for free, but they want to charge you for one sentence already. I mean, they want to charge you before they've even given you content, but I just give you the content for free now because I understand that what I do now is I go and price myself online, for example. I can go and price myself online for certain products. And if you want those products, you can get it from me, because I understand I give you products in range in another value, and I give you the same thing elsewhere. But what's the difference? Or else there's a big difference, because some products that I actually price myself with, you have to understand, you have to give it to me, because understand either way that what's important is that I increase my talents. Or else I'm increasing my talents, but you giving my, or else I'm increasing my talents, but you giving me plastic money. So I go and do what I love to do, and I don't do it for plastic money. I increase my talents by what you give me. So I'll give you an example. I charge you $1,000 for one track. I'll do one track for you, and I never do it for $1,000, but I charge you $1,000 to do one track for you, because I understand either way, that is what you want. You want that one track. So I'll charge you $1,000, so you'd be better prepared to give me that $1,000, because I'll give you value. Actually, that's that. I'm not doing it for the plastic money. I'm doing it to increase my skills. Whereas now I give you what you want. I give you my skills, and now you have what you need to do your own business. So we're trading. Whereas I have the skills, you give me the money for that. You give me the money for my skills, I'll give you my skills, but I'm increasing my skills while I do what you want me to do. Alright, promise you, that's how you make plastic money. Whereas now other people are making plastic money through, let's say, other people. But understand that when you're making plastic money through other people, you actually understand that you're working a system where you're understanding that system is working for you. Because how else can you actually make other people work for you then? I mean, when you make other people work for you, you make them work for you through the information you give. So the more information you give, the more plastic money you make. Because understand, when you give information, you increase your skills. And then you'll be able to have Fortune 500 companies and people working for you. And now when they're working for you, or else they're not working for you, are they? Or else they're working for your information. Or else you're working to increase everybody's skills. But that's why they're there. And then you're just giving them money in terms of plastic to do your job so that you can increase your skills. I mean, do you understand why I'm doing this? I'm doing this so I can go and increase my skills, but that's what an entrepreneur does. For sure, an entrepreneur is somebody who goes and increases your skills every single day so that you can give them money in terms of plastic so that they can have a life. And now when I give you my skills, you can have a life too. I realize it's a time swap. Although understand that I never swap my time for anything. I never swap my time for money. I go and let's say you give me $1 million to do one of my tracks for you. I'll go and I'll make a new track and I'll make it, although you give me the $1 million, because either way I made my track and I increased my talents, and you deserve now to have my tracks with you. You can go and sell them for however much you want, but I already made the money. I made the money not with your plastic money that you gave me. I just be careful. I understand either way, I made the money through just doing my talents. I mean, it's not about the plastic money. I don't care about your $1 million that you give me. I care about giving you the knowledge first. Otherwise, that's why I stick to the knowledge giving first, and then the plastic money just arrives. But let's say somebody goes and invites me out somewhere to do a nice beautiful public speaking event somewhere, and I say, yes, I'll go and do it for free, because I never care about the plastic money. Otherwise, now, if they choose to give me plastic money, I'll accept it. I understand now, if I go up to people and I say, let me go up to you and I ask you, for example, let me go and give you a nice beautiful free program where I understand I'll increase everybody's skills. You have to say yes. You have to say yes. But guess what? Otherwise, if you say no, Or else it's because what? Or else it's because you yourself are jealous of I. So understand that if you go asking people for an opportunity, you will gain one. You will gain an opportunity as long as you're doing it for free. Or else now, if I go up to the Serbian community today, in terms of Serbia, Australia, I understand either way that most of them hate me. But either way, I say, let me do a nice, beautiful performance in your nightclub, or let me do a nice, beautiful performance so that I can do it for free, and so that I can increase my attention. Or else now, what do they want from me here? Or else they want me to obviously have some people, or have some attention, or bring a crowd. I mean, they want me to bring a crowd at least. So understand either way that they may already have a crowd. Although, do they really? I promise you, no. I promise you, they have no crowd to give you. So what do you have to do? You have to go and increase your talents and get that crowd with you. Or else now, when you bring a crowd to the event, or else they'll say yes. But if you have no crowd to back you up, or else they'll always say no. Or else they'll say no because you're not famous enough for them to go and make you an event, because they'll make you an event. Because if you sign up and you go to a nightclub in terms of life and you want to music production in that nightclub, but you go and you get on the door and you start music production and nobody's on your dance floor, or else now they'll never give you business for that. I mean, you have to understand that. You have to go and grab an audience and you have to start promoting yourself really fast so that people can understand who you are. And then once people understand your music and your talents and what you are, I understand they will then understand to go give you those performances for free, because you can bring a crowd. But if you cannot bring a crowd with you, then all you do is increase those talents that you have every single day, and understand that eventually you will have some other crowds calling you, and people will call you because of your talents. And then from those crowds, they will start following you. And then what you do is you make an attending squad, or you make something of a nice, beautiful scenario where people can find you, and understand that when you have enough people following you, you can say, come over here and this is where I'm going, and you understand that they will come. Because understand that you shall also price them. And then once you price them for those nice, beautiful talents that you have at the door, and you do it online, and they go online and sold out already online, I mean, now you understand that people will come to your event. I mean, guess what? I realize if I go and make a nice, beautiful event online on Homebar, and now guess what? I realize that they can also price you online, and they can say, hey, come and watch this nice guy do his nice, beautiful music production or whatever. And guess what? I realize that no matter what, I realize that Homebar is already sold out, and they're already always selling their tickets online anyway. And guess what? I realize that you're just a newcomer, but you want to go and do your nice, beautiful music production for free. And now what's going to happen is they'll give you an opportunity. I realize now they just want to listen to your nice, beautiful audio program and what you want to give, and make sure that you can DJ, and make sure that you can go and do your nice, beautiful performance. I mean, but do it for free, and you're not going to get any interest for that. You're not going to get anything other than the attention that you deserve. I promise you, now you're going to get the attention, and the people are going to be there, but they're not going to be anybody who learn about you other than that night. I mean, that is the only night they've ever seen you, and they never heard about you anywhere. But you're going to get the attention this time. So what you do is you give your best performance. And then guess what? I realize that if you give your best performance, or else people are going to love you. And that's that. I realize either way, you go and ask the nice, beautiful home bar section, or the marquee section, or these nice, beautiful home car, or else you go and ask the nice, beautiful home nightclubs or the nightclubs around you to go and DJ again, because you've already done it once, and they're going to say, based on your performance, how good you are. But if you're really doing your nice, beautiful schedule, and they love your music, and you're really performing, and they see you that you're really driving it home, otherwise they'll give you another opportunity. Otherwise they'll give you another opportunity because they'll say something that you did a good job. Although, guess what? Realize that either way, they'll give you another date, and you come there again. And you keep repeating the cycle, and you keep making those events around you for free. I mean, you do it for free, and then guess what? Realize they're going to price you online. They're going to say, to watch Danny Milivojevic is $25 a night, or to watch your name is $25 a night for for a whole night. I realize this man or you is going to, or this woman is going to do a 6-hour performance set, and go and watch them because it's $25 a night, and it's going to be a great night as usual. And either way, you now are doing a nice, beautiful performance for 6 hours. And now either way, you become a regular at those nice, beautiful nightclubs, and then now you're a popular star because you're a regular performer at those nightclubs. And now people are actually going to suss you out, and they're going to say, Danny Milivojevic is happening on the 1st of every single month, and come and check him out. I mean, let's just say that you're Danny Milivojevic, Although you're going to be performing at these nightclubs as a music producer or a public speaker, or you're going to go to these RSL clubs or these workers clubs around you, but at the first month, in terms of the first day of every, or for the first day of every single month, you're going to be there. And you're going to promote yourself like that. And they're going to find you. And now either way, you give the first performance on January 1st, you're there. And you give the best performance. I realize that you'll also be on the 1st of February, but then you say, on the 1st of February, guys, you can find me over here again. But this time, I have nice something beautifully cooked for you guys in terms of nice, beautiful range of products in terms of my eye. I understand either way that you guys will understand that in 1 month time, I have a nice beautiful set coming up that you guys will always understand that I deliver. I understand either way that you guys must make sure that you come watch this nice beautiful episode of my nice beautiful performance, because I have something new to bring to you, and it's something imaginary where you're going to understand that no matter what, you never heard of before, and it's something that's really new. But guess what? I realize I just need you there every single day to understand that no matter what, that when you guys show up every single day in terms of watching me, I will always give you something new. And guess what? Either way, you're going to sell yourself on the camera, you're going to sell yourself in front of those people, and you're going to say, guys, I mean, on the 1st of February, you can find me over here again. You can find me at the nightclub Marquee. You can find me at the nightclub this one. You can find me at this RSL or Workers Club again. But make sure you bring some family with you. I mean, make sure you bring your kids with you. I mean, make sure that you understand that I'll bring you something new to deliver, and I'll make sure that you understand that your services will be more so with me than anybody else. But understand that no matter what, guys, I give this nice, beautiful content for free. So check out my Instagram while you're at it, and check out my YouTube channel, and understand that once I come and perform again here, you understand that no matter what, that this time I'll do a 1 extra hour set or something like that, or I'll give a 1 extra hour performance, and it's going to be special, guys. So make sure that no matter what, that it's a theme night. So bring all the white clothes that you can, and understand no matter what, that it's a special event, because I have also drums. I have drums coming up, and either way, that you're just creating a nice, beautiful performance, and you're just really understanding that no matter what, that this time round, when they see you, you're going to add to it, and you're going to add something different, and you're going to do something different. Because if you're always going to a nightclub and you're creating all the same tracks, and you're just playing the same tracks all the time, or else nobody wants to see you again, because you've got nothing new. You have nothing new to give. So understand to always have something new to give, so that they can come see you again. Or else now, if you see me, for example, at Home Bar on the 1st of January, in terms of nightclub, and I do my nice beautiful music performance there, although I play 1 set, or else the next month, in terms of the 1st of February, I make a new set. I make something new. I have to make something new, don't I? So how do I do that? I make sure that either way, that I just play my own music. I play my own music, and what I do is, I go and function the same set in a different way. And now I can do that. I can do that. I can play the same set in a different way, but understand this. I don't go promoting other people. I don't go promoting other people. I promote my own music. I promote my own content. But I have to be so fast that I understand that either way, I can go on Beatport, for example. I can go and mix my music with other people's music. I can mix my music with other people's music and make an event. I mean, I can do that. But guess what? I realize it's something that I can do. Or I can just play my own music. I realize now, either way, that if I go on Beatport, I have to go and really invest in the music, and I have to give them money for that music, and then I can play it all the time, because I own it now. I mean, you understand? So either way, that no matter what, I can go to these nice beautiful events around town, and I can actually ask people right now to give me a free gig. I understand they'll give me a free gig. I understand anybody will give me a free gig. I can go to the nice beautiful Marquee Hotel, or anybody in terms of Parramatta, and anywhere across Australia, I can go right now and do these nice beautiful performances for free. And I don't have to do it on the street. But guess what? I realize the street is something that I love to do. I love to go on the street sometimes. I understand that it's something that I can do forever, but I understand that if you want to become famous, you become famous in your home country. You become famous in your own country by doing what you love to do. But understand now that I can go and always do a free event. Anyway, I can always do a free event, because how can they really block me? I mean, how can you really block my event? I can go to Home Nightclub and give a nice beautiful public speaking speech there. Or else they can get the chairs. Or else they can get chairs there. And now, that's something new. I can go to, for example, nice beautiful Marquee and hotels around town, and all these nightclubs as well, and do a nice beautiful event. That's or else it can just be a nice beautiful public speaking event. And then I can also do a nice beautiful music event too. Or else now, because I'm a public speaker and a music event type of guru, I understand either way, I do a comedy show on the night. I also do a singing show on the night. I do a podcast on the night. I'm adding value now. I'm adding all these packages. I can actually deliver all these packages in one night. I can give you a comedy show on one night. I can give you also a different life coaching strategy every single night, or a speech about life coaching. I can also deliver you information that you need on the night, and also I can do my music production on the night. I can also make sure that you understand that I can go wrap it up now, because guess what? Either way, you have to understand that when you go into a nightclub, for example, I mean, why do you want to just go music production there? I mean, why do you want to just do music production? I mean, understand that what you can do is understand that if you go to a nightclub, you can just make a music night. You can make a music night that night, and invite some instruments and invite a band together. Because guess what? Or else you're not making money for it. But guess what? Either way, you're going to do it for free, because that's something you love to do. You have to do it, because when you love to do it for free, you can go around the world doing it for free, because everybody wants you to give a performance for free. I mean, we need more people, or else we need more people for you, in terms of like you today and everybody, to go and do a free performance somewhere about something they love to do. And then just go and do it. I mean, make a little special event about yourself every single day, and do it on the street sometimes, and go and do it in a nightclub, or go do it in a hotel somewhere and invite people. Alright, now when you're inviting people, you're going to understand that it's for free. You're inviting people for free, and you're not trying to make money on them before they even get there. Whereas now when they come to your nice, beautiful speaking performance or public speaking performance, otherwise it's a free event. So what you do is understand that the hotel will organize everything around you, because they work there. Otherwise they work there already. So the nightclub will already have everything prepared for you, because understand the nightclub is for you, because you came there to deliver them some service, because you gave them some type of service. Otherwise they'll give you some type of service as well, where you are going to perform on stage, and you're going to have a nice, beautiful crowd with you. And that's what the home nightclub, or these nightclubs around town, or these workers clubs, or these nice, beautiful street performances are going to give you. Because when you go on the street performance, you have a crowd. Otherwise, when you go and do it for free somewhere, you always have a crowd. I mean, if you don't have a crowd when you're doing it for free, otherwise that this world is not worth it then. You always have a crowd if you're doing it for free. I mean, if you go on YouTube today and you do it for free, promise you somebody will watch you. You have a crowd. I mean, either way, go and do it online for free, and make an Instagram and YouTube account and do it for free. Do it for free, because you're not going to make money on that. But guess what? With my Mega Drive, I understand with my Mega Drive, you can do the same thing. Otherwise, now I'm giving you a nice, beautiful strategy about what you can do. You sign up with my nice, beautiful, you sign up with Mega Drive, for example. You go and sign up with my one, and give me that nice, beautiful money that you're really going to give. Although, understand, I give you so much content anyway. Although you don't have to, you can just go and understand to go create a nice, beautiful Mega Drive and create your own affiliate link with Mega Drive and post all your content up on there. And do the same thing I'm doing. And then understand, either way, I just made you money. And now become famous, and understand to lead people into that nice, beautiful Mega Drive with that nice, beautiful affiliate link. And either way, they'll sign up and they'll start putting their own content up online, and they're going to subscribe to the nice, beautiful Mega Drive company, and they're going to give them $30, but that 10% is going to go to you. And then you're making money. You're making money either way. So either way, I just made you a nice, beautiful quality of money in terms of Mega Drive, so that you can go affiliate yourself with Mega Drive, because I trust Mega Drive totally. And I have 1 terabyte of information and more inside Mega Drive now. So I'm invested in Mega Drive with I. So either way, understand that for the next 72 years, I'll be giving them $30 a month. Otherwise, either way, you sign up 1,000 people and more into Mega Drive, and you collect all that plastic money for yourself. So either way, you understand, you go and create it for yourself now. Because either way, sign up to my nice, beautiful affiliate link, because I gave you the information. So either way, I understand if you don't want to, just go and do your own life. I don't need your plastic money. Otherwise, either way, that what's important is understand that you have to give people ideas. So understand that when you go and give a free performance around town, otherwise now, either way, that people are going to have a crowd there. Otherwise now, when you're doing a crowd session, you have to understand that if you're a musician, for example, why do you want to just play the bass guitar? Why not sing with the bass guitar also? And say to the people who are performing that night, and say, I can do a bass guitar and sing. Although, why do you just have to do a bass guitar and sing? Go and get yourself another vocalist as well. Do you understand? Add some value. Add some value. And why do you just have to have a vocalist and a bass guitar and you're singing? Go and get some drums. And get a drums too. And get a rock guitar solo and get a pianist. And what else do you need? Guess what? Get yourself some saxophonists and get yourself a trumpet. Get yourself a flutist. Get yourself all these, get yourself as many musicians as possible and make a band, and then go around the world doing it for free. And now, why do you just have to do that? Why do you just have to make a band on the night? I mean, why do you, I mean, let's say you have all the band. I mean, you have all the instruments in terms of musicians, and you're going to play for how many hours? You're going to book the room for 2 hours, because maybe somebody else booked the room after you. So either way, you're going to say, I'll give you this performance for that certain period then. Otherwise, that it's worth it for me to give you a nice, beautiful band for this certain hour, because I understand that if I do something else, I realize that I would probably need more time. But I understand I never would. I just need more time all the time. So either way, I understand that you must understand that certain people want to book the event as well. So understand that you must come through a certain time or calendar or date on that day, and you must be there before time. So be there 1 hour before and enjoy the night a bit, and then go and DJ and do some photos with people, or else people may want to do some photos with you. So either way, I mean, just act like a star. I mean, just act like it. Although, guess what? I realize when I go on, I realize when I book a nice, beautiful event around town, I realize now, what do? I realize now, if I go to a hotel, I realize now, what can I do at the hotel? I realize I can do some nice, beautiful life coaching sessions over there. I realize that's more than enough. But guess what? I can do also. I can also do some comedy work on that night. I can do some comedy work. I can also do some acting. I can also do what? I can do some singing. I can do some music production on a night. I can do it in a hotel. I realize now, is it really the setting to do some music production in a hotel somewhere? I mean, let's just say no. I mean, let's just say no, that it's not the nice, beautiful setting where you get some big speakers and start pumping music in a hotel somewhere. I mean, now, if it's a nightclub, I mean, yes, you can do it in a nightclub. But let's say that you're doing a nice, beautiful free event in a hotel, and let's just say you're going to do public speaking, and what else can you do? You can do some comedy, and you can do some acting, and some singing. You can do some singing on the spot, and teach people how to sing at those events. You can teach people anything in those hotels. I realize now, as you're going to a hotel event, or RSL club, or workers club, I mean, you can always teach something along the way in those nightclubs, and also, you can go and record yourself and video yourself and make sure that you have an audio program for that day. And guess what? You can do it yourself. You don't have to give other people money in terms of plastic to do that work for you. I mean, understand, you don't need to give other people plastic money to do it for you. You can do it yourself. You understand? I mean, who's managing my Instagram and YouTube account? I. Because otherwise I have to give somebody else plastic money to do that. So understand, either way, I go do it myself. So do it yourself, guys, and understand that's the best way. So either way, you have to understand that what's even better than that is understand that at the hotel, I understand I'll be teaching something. I'll teach all of it together. I'll teach all of it together. And then either way, that's one incredible night. And then what I do is I say, you guys can catch me next week at the home nightclub here in Sydney, and I'll be doing some nice, beautiful singing, such as doing singing and also music production. And I can also do a comedy show in terms of the nightclubs. I can go to nightclubs and do comedy events. I can do comedy events, although am I able to do public speaking events at nightclubs? I say yes. I say now, is it a setting in terms of nighttime? I realize it's a nighttime, I realize it's a night event. But guess what? I realize they can turn on the lights. I realize they can turn on the lights. And now, if they turn on the lights, I realize now, I understand I can. I understand I can, but guess what? I realize it's something that I can ask. I can say I can do some public speaking events over here, I can do some comedy shows, I can do some singing events, and I can also teach people anything in those nightclubs, and I can also do some music production on a night. And you guys can book me for as long as you want, and understand that either way you can book me more times because I need to get the attention. And now you tell them that, and then guess what? I realize they're going to say, all right, I mean, we want you just to do a comedy show then. We want you to do a comedy show for us. I realize you just say, all right, I mean, guess what? You're going to have a gig for yourself because they want to see that. And then once you go and do that and you do a great job, otherwise they're going to say, all right, you did that, but we want you to do comedy and singing now. I mean, no worries. I mean, you just go and you have another gig. But either way, you're going to be performing something. So either way, make sure that you have more of those talents so that you can go and do anything at those nightclubs. I mean, guess what? I mean, who are they going to choose? I mean, are they going to choose Armin van Buuren, who can only do music production? And that's it. I mean, he can get on the microphone and speak a bit, and in terms of while he's DJing, and say, "How you feeling?" I love Armin van Buuren though. Or will they choose somebody who can also sing on the microphone, and do music production, and do a life coaching event and comedy show, and also teach singing along the way and teach music production on the night? Alright, now you have to understand that Armin van Buuren can teach music production on the night, and he can DJ. But that's it. But I'm giving a service here that I can do life coaching too. I can do public speaking, I can teach people anything. Or else now, is Armin van Buuren able to do that? Or else anybody's able to do that. But understand either way that he doesn't do that. Alright, so all he does is just music production and gets on the microphone and does his music production sets, and that's that. Alright, now when I go and show up on the night, I'll go sing as well. I'll sing because he doesn't sing. I'll go and do life coaching strategies on the night. I'll go do comedy shows. I'll go do acting shows. I'll go do singing shows. I'll go do music production also. I'm adding more bonuses. I'm adding more talents. I have more to work with, except for him, because he just wants to do music production. I want to do life coaching too. I want to do singing. I want to do acting. But he just wants to do music production. Otherwise, he just wants to play his set. Otherwise, he just wants to play his music. I want to play my music, but I also want to do my life coaching. I also want to do my acting. I also do my singing shows. I also do comedy shows. I mean, who has more value here? I have more value. I have more value always. I have more business and opportunity. I mean, how do I do that? Because I build up the talents and strategies to be able to do that. So either way, when you go around these nightclubs and you ask for a performance or you ask to be able to go and do it, you have to understand either way, they will put you regardless, or else they'll put you in those nice, beautiful nightclubs because they want to see you. Because if they don't do that, or else how are all these newcomers going into nightclubs then? I mean, how are they doing it? Because they go and ask. I mean, they go and ask for an opportunity, and then they say, I mean, it's ask and you shall receive. So if you want to go and do a nice, beautiful public speaking event, I mean, go and do it on the street. I mean, go and do all your events on the street. I mean, why does it have to be just in a nightclub? I mean, why does it have to be just in a hotel? I mean, go do it on the street sometimes. I mean, go and do it in a hotel. I mean, go do it in a nightclub. I mean, go into Parramatta instead of just Sydney. I mean, just go into Perth instead of just Sydney. I mean, go to Darwin instead of Adelaide. I mean, go and travel the world. I mean, why does it have to be just in Australia? I mean, why don't you just travel the world then? I mean, why don't you call up Spain? I mean, call up Spain and ask for an opportunity in one of their nightclubs. I mean, yes. So guess what? Realize if you want a nice little gig around nightclubs in Spain, I mean, you have to call them up. And guess what? Or else, guess what? Or else, and guess what? Or else, if you're in Spain, you give them a call and say, I'm just new. I just came from Australia, but guess what? I'm here for 2 weeks. Or else, are you able to fit me in somewhere to do my nice, beautiful gig? Or else, now they love new performers. Or else, they want new performers. Or else, they want new talent. So what do? Or else, you call them and they're gonna say, yes. I mean, come to our nightclub and let's see what you have. I mean, either way, you're gonna understand it's a Spain night. Or else either way, that Spanish people are going to be there, so what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to do some music production, you're going to play your music, and what else can you do? You'll speak some English, and understand either way, you'll sing something. And that's that. I mean, if you want, you can ask them, I can make an English night or something like that, so you can bring English people only. And either way, I mean, English people will come. And either way, now you can do your live coaching too. I mean, guess what? You call up right now, from where you are, in terms of what country you are in, you call Argentina, you call Spain, you call Egypt, you call any type of country in the world right now and ask to be in their nightclubs right now for free, I promise you they'll say yes. But guess what? You have to give your own financing to get there. Otherwise now, you gain a new crowd. You gain attention there for free because you're going to give a nice, beautiful service for free. So it's only more valuable that they have an audience, or else it's only more valuable that they have an audience for you. Or else now, either way, you're making yourself a star here. So what do? You go around the world and call all these people and start attending all these appointments around the world. Or else they're appointments, aren't they? So what kind of appointments are there? Or else appointments, or else go call Spain, or else go call these countries that have nightclubs and hotels around town and go and give a nice, beautiful public speaking performance there, or comedy show, or whatever they want, and just bring your whole package there, but finance yourself to get there. But guess what? Or else if they call you, you say you have to finance me then. Or else yes. So if they call you, or else if Grant Cardone calls me today and says, Danny, I need you to come to my 10x Growth Con and speak to 10,000 people. But let's say my financing is no good. I mean, tough luck, man. Or else if you don't want to give me financing for that, or else I'll never go to you. I mean, do you understand? I mean, he'll say, don't worry about the financing, man. I'll give you the financing, but just make sure that you go give me a performance. I'll go give him a performance then, because guess what? Or else he's going to give me 10,000 bucks to get there, and I'll do it. You understand? Because guess what? I realize he calls me. So guess what? I realize because he calls me, I charge that. I charge it because I need to charge it. I need to charge it to do my events. Or else otherwise, my finance doesn't support it. But if your finance supports it, I mean, just go. And don't worry about asking them for money in terms of plastic. I mean, why would you? I mean, if you have all the money in the world already, I mean, why would you go and charge other people for plastic money when you already have your finances? I mean, let's say you settled your finances already. You have finance already. You have all the finances, but they're calling you. You just go. You don't care about them giving you money when you already have money. You just go. I mean, put it from your own pocket. I mean, just go because you love to do it. I mean, do you understand? But let's say you have no financing. I mean, then ask for the financing. I mean, I have no financing. So guess what? Either way, or else they'll give you the financing, but go. I mean, do you understand? But if you have the financing, please don't ask them. I mean, do you understand? Because you already have it. And that's that. I mean, easily done. So guess what? I realize that if you have the financing, I mean, why would you go and make more on them? I mean, then you're not asking for their best interest. I mean, let's say that you are. I mean, let's say that you say, for example, that you are asking anyway. You say that they want you to go to Spain and Ibiza, and they want you to go and perform at Ibiza, and you're saying, give me some money. Or else now, they can choose to give you money. Or else they can. But are they really? Or else what for? Or else they can get somebody else. Or else now, is it worth it for them to actually make you come now? In terms of what you're pricing them? Or else is it worth it for them to actually make you come over there in terms of what you price them with? Or else, because if you price them with, let's say $100,000 and they don't have it, or else they'll never call you then. So be careful what you price other people with. Or else now, if you go for free and let them finance you, you always get the yes. Or else if they're financing you and they're calling you to go over there, or else they'll always finance you. But if you're asking for $100,000 and they don't have it, or else you just lost an opportunity. Or else that's what happened with me in terms of this nice beautiful gig where I have a nice beautiful gig with this guy who wants to interview me, and I asked for $50,000 for 1 hour. Or guess what? Or else the guy doesn't have money. Or else the guy didn't have the plastic money to give me. But guess what? I realize now, I understand that either way, I don't need his stupid gig. You understand? Because what I need is me in terms of my eye. I realize now, yes, I just increase my confidence because guess what? Either way, I make something about that now. I understand the guy doesn't have money to support my gig, so either way, I'll go and do something else. I mean, either way, I may have overpriced myself. But guess what? I realize if he said yes, and he gives me the $50,000, I just made 1 year's worth of 9 to 5 work over here in Australia. I mean, you understand? Just in 1 hour. So either way, it's that kind of opportunity. Otherwise, if I price myself at $200 for that nice, beautiful podcast, I realize maybe he will give it to me. I mean, maybe he'll give it to me straight away. Or else then I'll do it, but guess what? I'm not doing it for the money, I'm doing it to give the content. Or else now, yes. Or else either way, you can go and make all the plastic money in the world that you ever want, but as long as you're increasing your growth. Or else now, you're worth it. Or else if you're growing along with making plastic money, you can make plastic money all the time. But you're not doing it for the money, you're doing it for the growth. You're doing it to make sure that you're understanding and making common sense. But I understand now, I can go around Australia making all these beautiful events for free. I can call Bonnering in terms of the Serbian Bonnering right now. I can call them. I will say, guys, that either way, that my phone just died recently. I understand that no matter what, that it's really running now. But guess what? I understand that every single time I say that, I understand I'm somebody that's much more than yesterday. But I understand that what's important is that you understand that daily, you must be promoting yourself and thy name every single day. So when you're doing that around the world and creating these nice, beautiful free events every single day, I mean, call as many people as you can every single day so that you can go and get that nice, beautiful information out. So you can go and teach something at these free events, because many people want to come and see you for free. I mean, it's for free, so it's a nice, beautiful leisure to come and see somebody performing for something that they do. And either way, you have to understand that pubs and bars and all these RSL clubs and also the nightclubs, and there's a casino as well, you can go and always be a regular. I mean, when you're a regular there all the time, I realize the same crowd is always watching you, but it's always different also because you're doing something different along the way. And it's also that they call you eventually because they want you to come and do a nice, beautiful performance. Because anybody who wants you really to come and do a show for them is going to give you the finances. So if you want ever to gain the finances from somebody else, just make sure that you have no finances then. I mean, either way, that if you have finances, just go when they call you. Or just call them up, because it's very easy to call them up and make one appointment with them. Because an appointment is like me calling you to come to your event to give you a public speaking performance for free, because understand, I'll teach everybody there for free. I mean, I'll teach everybody here in terms of life coaching for free, if that's what you need. But if you don't need that, maybe you need a comedy type of guru, or maybe you need something that's singing, or maybe you need something that's really traveling, or maybe you need something that's Jesus Christ, or maybe you need something that's really information based, or maybe you need something that's understanding that you need some music production or some music or instrument playing, or I can play my instrument at your event or something like that. But understand that I'm always giving those services for free. So understand I'm valuable because I do it for free. I finance myself, and I come to your event and I give you a performance, and I give your crowd a performance. I give your crowd a performance. I give your crowd a performance. I mean, does that sound interesting? I mean, it has to sound interesting when I call you for that. I call you. So guess what? You just say, yes, I'll give you 2 hours. I'll give you 1 hour. Or I'll give you 5 hours. I mean, just make sure you entertain the crowd, because that's what I need. But I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free. So then what I do is I get there, and that crowd is eyeing me out because I need some attention. I need some attention, but I'm giving you what you want, and you're giving me what I want, because I want the crowd's attention while you want your nice, beautiful event to go great. I mean, do you understand? So either way, I call you for that, or you call me. So when I call you, I am calling you, so I have to come there for free. Because I mean, why would I call you so that I can ask you for money? I mean, I don't do that, because that's what is the old way. I realize that's what people who are doing cold sales calls, and they go work the 9 to 5, and they're calling people selling tickets, and they say, we have a nice beautiful ticket over here, and we want you to give us $500 for it. I mean, get lost, because guess what? I realize that's what they're doing, and that's not the way to go. But what the way to go is, I realize I call you and I give you a free event. And now if you don't want a free event, I mean, ask yourself, why don't you want me? I mean, is it because you hate me, or is it because you don't need that type of service? Because I can add some kind of service to whatever you need. I mean, what kind of service do you need? I make it happen. I make it happen right now. But understand that it's something that has to make common sense, of course. I mean, either way, that if you're not making common sense, then it's because you hate me. I mean, do you understand? Or else if you understand plumbing services or something like that, I mean, come on, I mean, it's because you hate me then. I mean, if it's electrician or something like that, I mean, you hate me then. Because I'm not here to do electrician work for you and plumbing work. I'm here to do nice, beautiful teachings about how to do all that. I mean, do you understand? Because the best way to be an electrician or a plumber or an apprentice or construction guru or whatever you want to be in terms of a 9 to 5 job is get away from a 9 to 5 job first. And you understand what you need. I understand either way that I realize most people want you at their events. So if I go calling these Serbian people who hate me today, I realize that some of them have nightclubs, and some of them have a nice beautiful sports club in terms of Bonnering and Kennydale, and also there's Hoxton Park and all these events I can go to and do it for the Serbian community. And then what I can do is I don't do it for the Serbian community, I do it so I can grow. But then I make free shows, I make free happenings, I make a nice beautiful gig around me, and people come and see me and they say, how are you, man? I mean, it's been ages since I've seen you in high school, man. But either way, understand that what's important here is to teach people something about business. And then once I do that, I realize I get a nice beautiful crowd that I've already grown up with them. So either way, they're going to understand who I am every single day, because I understand that I'm something now famous, I'm something growing. So either way, if they don't like me there, I'll never go there. I mean, it's that simple. But why wouldn't you want me there? Because you hate me? I mean, don't hate me, because that's not the lifestyle. But understand that when I go and call them up today, I'd be saying this. I say, either way, I mean, what kind of service do you need? I mean, what kind of service do you need me to provide at your nightclub or at your nice, beautiful RSL club? Because I can do all the nice, beautiful services that you need. I mean, what kind of service? I can sing. I mean, they're going to ask you, what kind of services can you do? I can sing. I can do some music production. I can do some acting. I can do some comedy. I can do some life coaching videos. I can do some life coaching with you guys. I can do some business strategies. I can do some planning techniques. I can do some goal setting. I can do a public speaking event based on leadership. I can do empathy. I can do veganism and nutrition. I can do health. I can do all these nice, beautiful subjects. So either way, I mean, what do you need? I mean, understand that if they need you now to go and do one type of event, like a veganism event, I mean, go. Because that's what you do. You understand? But don't ask them for money, because you call them first. And now, if you call other people first, I mean, don't ask them for money. You don't ask them for money. You ask for free to go. You go for free to understand you're going to be doing anything. You're going to finance yourself to get there. I mean, if I call you, I mean, I expect to finance myself to get to your event, because I called you. I understand if you call me, I understand. Let's say I have the financing already. I'll just come to your event. I mean, why would I ask you for finances when I already have it? I mean, I love to do my work already. I mean, I don't need your finances because I have finances. So I just come to your event anyway because you called me. I understand now because let's say you call me, but I have no financing and you don't want to give me financing for it. I mean, I'll say no. I mean, if you want me at your event and you want me to finance myself, but I have no financing, or else I'll never come to your event then. Because I have financing now, but understand if you don't have financing, or else if I don't have financing, I always have financing. I realize now, or else if you don't have financing and you call other people to go to the event, you go there for free. But if they call you and you have no financing, you then say to them that you need some financing from them. Because why would I go to your events without you financing me, but you called me with my current financial situation? I mean, let's say I had no financing. I mean, then you have to understand that you have to give me the financing so that I can get to your event. Because how else will I get there? I mean, it's not fair on me. I mean, you want me at your event, but how about my financing? I mean, now provide me the financing and I'll get there. I mean, you understand? Otherwise, I'll get there. Otherwise, understand that if I have financing, I'll come to your event and I'll never ask you for it. So understand that you have that nice quality of leadership going. But understand that when you're going and creating these nice, beautiful events around the world, you call them first. And understand that Armin van Buuren and Deadmau5 and all these nice, beautiful DJs and also the nice, beautiful people who are going around the world and singing, and Beyonce and all these singers and actors, and they get their gigs because they call people up to do it for free. I mean, you're calling people up to do it for free. And now if you want to also add dancing into it and you want to add martial arts or something like that, and you want to teach people martial arts or something like that, understand you can do that. But understand that what's important here is teach something along the way. I mean, either way, you must understand that when you're going around the world, you can go around the world for free. You can, but finance yourself. I mean, now to get the financing is different. Or else now you have to understand that if you want to do some financing work and you want to boost your finances, you have to understand that now you have to have some talents. You have to have some experience. Because I understand the story in terms of what I heard before. I understand either way, I'm hearing all the time. I understand that one individual goes up to a company and says, I need you to come over here to fix the issue in their warehouse. Or else they have a issue in their warehouse. But the guy says, what is the issue? And he comes there and he finds the issue. Or else he finds the issue, or else he's doing it for free this time. Or else he's doing the issue for free because he wants to find out himself, because that's his nice, beautiful job. But then he finds the actual problem and he says $10,000 to fix it. I mean, now they're saying, all right. I mean, either way, they have to give him the money, because if they don't give the money, or else that they'll never get their problem fixed. But what is the nice, beautiful teaching here? Or else the money goes to the individual who has the experience on how to fix issues. Or else now, if I have the nice, beautiful experience to solve your problems, and I say $10,000, and you want your problems to be solved, you have to give me $10,000 for me to solve your problems. Otherwise, you will never get that information from me. I realize that I'm such a nice guy, but I'll say either way, you can find my information on YouTube and go solve it for yourself. Because otherwise, you're wasting my time. I realize now, understand that I have the experience to ask for the money. I have the experience because that's what you're asking for. So give me the service that I deserve, and I'll give you the service that you deserve. I realize now, if you ask me to solve your problems, and I do it for free, I realize I'm doing it so that I grow, and that's it. I'm not doing it for you. I realize if you go and ask me the same question, and you invite me to your warehouse, and I solve your problem, I realize now, what's the point in that? I mean, if it's a 9-to-5 job, I'd rather say $10,000, because I'm already working a 9-to-5 job. Because I have to get away from the 9-to-5 job, so I'd rather charge you then. I'd rather charge you. I realize now, if I'm not working a 9-to-5 job, I realize now I can go to your event and do it for free. And I don't have to charge you because I have the financing already. I realize now I'm such a nice guy, aren't I? I realize now, if I don't have the financing, I realize then you must say, I charge you $10,000. I mean, either way, I'll never even say that. I actually say, you must just support me financially and get me there, and that's it. Or that's the same thing as going into 9-to-5 and solving that nice, beautiful issue as well. Where the guy asks for $10,000, because guess what? Or he's working 9-to-5 and he needs to solve his problems as well. And he needs that money. Because if you don't want to solve his problems, or else he's not going to solve your problems. So understand that money is the equation and the barrier here, and it's an exchange of services. So understand that either way, that if I have the money, I'll never ask you for money. Or else now, if I don't have the money, or else then I'll ask for it. Or else you have to finance me to get me there so that I can do it. Or else that's that. Or else there's no more explanation, but I understand there is more explanation. Or else there's always more explanation. I understand that with that you can understand me. You can understand what's happening, but I understand that what you're doing in daily life is understanding communication skills, and those who understand how to sell themselves daily are the ones that are worth it every single day. So every single day I stood here and I was patient, and I'm still patient. I'm always patient, but I'm growing. And my phone died recently because I understand that either way they'll have to charge it. So what did I do? I'll go and place it on nice beautiful airplane mode, and I understand that when I go on airplane mode that my internet cuts off. So then I understand either way to charge my nice beautiful batteries of my nice beautiful video, because I went over the hour mark, but I want to give you extra this time. So I'm here at nice beautiful Martinplace in Sydney, Australia, where there's a post office here, and there's a nice beautiful setting over here where there's a light, and I can do it at 7 p.m. at night, and 8 p.m. at night, and 9 and 10 and 12 p.m. at night. In terms of AM, in terms of 12, I can do my videos at 12 a.m. here, and I have a light. So I understand that I don't have to do it inside of my time capsule, which is my Q-Space hotel. I understand I give money for that, but guess what? I understand you have to give money to support yourself to go around the world traveling. So I understand that renting places out and finding the best deals for clothing that you need, in terms of you need to wear it so that you can look good for yourself and not for the clothing. Otherwise, I don't do it for the clothing. I don't do fashion modeling for anything other than myself. But I understand that the clothes that I wear is just a renting. I'm just renting the clothing. So go brand yourself in any affordable clothes that you have. But understand that if you want a nice beautiful gig anywhere right now, you can do it for free. You can do it for free, and they have a crowd already. Or else they already have a crowd because there's a regular crowd that goes there. Or else now at the casino, or else every single week on a Friday and Saturday night, or else the same DJ's there, and there's also a nice beautiful scenario where the same crowd goes there. Or else the same crowd is always going to the casino. Or else that I used to go to Pontoon with some friends, and now I understand that they are people who don't like me because they do drugs. I mean, they do drugs and they don't like me because I don't do drugs. I mean, either way, understand that they are people who, let's say, have lower value. But guess what? I understand that when I give value, I help them. I help them. Because I understand a drug addict has lower value than one who's not a drug addict. I mean, let's just put it together. I mean, either way, I don't hate people, but I understand that a woman picks the drug addict over me. And why is that? Because she needs some drugs. I mean, she needs some drugs, so she goes to the drugger who has some drugs to give her, and that's why she picks a drug addict over a sober individual, because she's a drug addict. I mean, she'd rather go with drug addicts. So either way, I understand she trusts those people. So either way, you'll find out really soon that if you trust a drug addict, that's never there for you. I promise you that. You have to understand, if you trust a drug addict that's never there for you, you never go the way of the drug addict. You have to understand, you go the way of yourself. I mean, either way, I understand that I can go and pack up all this nice, beautiful value into one video, and I understand I can always flaunt it. I can always give it, because I understand that what's important is not plastic money, but making plastic money with growth. I promise you now, as long as I'm growing, I can make plastic money either way. In terms of free content, I can go and finance myself right now, and I can go and fill up my schedule right now. I can go and ask people around the world and nightclubs and all these nice, beautiful events to go and hold me together now and to go and promote me, because I'll give them a free event. But guess what? I realize that it's an exchange of services, because they need people who are giving free events, and they want people to fill up their calendar. I mean, a nightclub or hotels or all these businesses around you right now want you to go and give them a service for free. I mean, that's that. I mean, do you want a free service? I mean, of course. I mean, what kind of free service do you want? I mean, you want a free Ferrari service? I mean, I promise you, there's somebody giving a free service for that. I promise you, there's always a free service for what you want to do. But that's what we want. Otherwise, we want a free service. I want a free service. I want some free money. I want some free attention. I want some free everything. Because free is unconditional. And that's where the love is. And that's where the giving is. So if you want to be a giver, you're going to go the way of the free world. You're going to go the freedom way. Because understand, if I call Home Bar today, which is a nightclub here in Sydney, and I say $10,000 to have me around, but they never even hosted me before, I mean, why would they say yes? I mean, why? I mean, do I have the attention? I mean, now, they may look at that and say, I mean, this guy is charging $10,000 for one gig, but guess what? I realize his attention is under 1 million followers, and is he able to bring us a crowd now? Or else now, are you able to bring a crowd to them? Or else now, how much is the capacity of the nice, beautiful nightclubbing section? I realize now they may be able to fit maybe 500 people. And now, how much are the tickets? I mean, how much are the tickets? I mean, let's say they charge $100 per ticket, and they have a bar on or whatever. And guess what? I realize 500 people show up. I mean, 500 times 100. I mean, that's $5,000, but you're asking for 10,000 bucks. Understand that it may not work out for them to have you. And even though you may be able to sell out the arena, or else it may not be something that they're interested in because it doesn't work out in terms of money. They want to make a certain amount of money with your events. So the best way that you can make them money is give them a free event. Do it for free. And you gain attention. And then guess what? Or else if they call you this time, you just go. You have the finances already, so just go. But if you don't have the finances, or else then you say, give me some finances please, and I'll do it. Or else they'll give you some finances, because when they give you some finances, they will be able to make a profit. Because it's on them to give you some finances. So let's say 100% of the money is theirs, but you're doing it for free. They may give you 20% of the money, but they make 80%. Or else now, if you're asking over the top of that, and you say $20,000 before they even have a decision to give you some of theirs, or else now they have to go based on your accounts, and they have to make a strategy to try to make more money than what you're asking for. You understand? So if you ask for $20,000, or else now they have to raise the bar prices, or else they have to raise the price of the tickets, or else they have to understand that everybody's rates is going up because of you now. Your rates are so high that they have to raise their rates. But if you are for free, or else now they don't have to raise their rates, but you make money anyway. Isn't that easier? It's easier when you're going and doing it for free. There's no right and wrong. I understand either way that when you're going and doing something, or else when you're doing something so tremendous, that even when you say right, you're asking a question. So you can ask a question. Wrong? Right. Is it right or wrong? Either way, understand that if you're asking a question with wrong, is it wrong? You say, is it wrong? You don't say right. What's that? That's one word with a question. Say, is it right or wrong? Make a longer question so you understand it's a question. Because sometimes you may get confused about one word questions. If you want to make a question, state a question that has more than one word. You understand? Or else, either way, one word is more than enough. But understand that what you need to understand is go and make people understand that it's a question. Is it right? Or else now you understand that is a question, right? Or else what is that? That is abbreviation to say it's a question, but understand is more confusing than is it right? Because that rings the tone that you're asking a question. So ask those longer questions, please, and understand that when you're asking longer questions, you understand it's a question really. But if you're asking short questions, I realize that you get short answers. You have to ask long questions. So understand that long questions brings long answers. So understand every single day that when you're living life, you're giving services and you're asking and calling people also. Call people and fill your calendar up. It's that simple. But if you have no talents, or else if you cannot sing, and if you cannot do life coaching videos, and if you cannot do music production, and if you cannot do acting and comedy, what are you going to do then? 9 to 5 job is for you. Then the 9 to 5 job is for you because you're not increasing your skills. You're not increasing your talents. Because why is Timmy Trumpet going around the world? Because he does music production. He has the talent for that. And he makes it. I realize it's really easy to make it. Why can I make it around life coaching today? Because I practice it. I do it. I can public speak in front of a crowd. I can public speak in front of a crowd. So if you don't have the skills to do that, you get yourself on street performance and start doing it. Because why am I doing my street performance videos? I have over 74 now in terms of my videos in street performance. Because I practice in front of a crowd. And eventually I get so good that I can always go in front of a crowd now. And I keep doing it for the rest of my life because I love to do it anyway. I do it for free, but where you do it for free, or else where you're doing it for free, eventually breeds up that you'll gain attention, eventually. So when you're calling people up, I realize that you may go online and see that nice beautiful venue that you booked with, and they may charge people tickets. And they're charging so that they can make money, and so that those workers that are working at those nightclubs and at the functions make money because they're working to serve the customers, and they need to make some money. You understand? So either way, they're giving a service to increase their own talents. But guess what? I realize if you're just carrying plates around, you have to understand to learn fast about that and learn quick. Because I don't want you carrying plates for people all day long and all year and all life long. What kind of skills do you have when you're just always carrying plates around and washing the dishes? Come on, learn faster than that. You have to learn faster to say, instead of washing the dishes and instead of cleaning the floors in the toilet now, let me learn a bit more and let me just go be managing people who do that. I mean, why do I have to clean the toilet? I mean, let me just manage them and tell them what to do in the 9 to 5 at least. Because that way you have your futures much more. But either way, why do you want to just manage people who do that? I mean, why do you want to just manage people who are cleaning toilets and washing dishes and doing restaurant food? I mean, why do you want to just do that? I mean, go and be something more than that. So what do? You learn how to become your own guru and teach people throughout the world how to do that. And not just those people. I mean, then what you do is you manage more people than that. You don't just manage your 9 to 5 work, you manage the world around you. Then you go and make a nice beautiful YouTube channel as well. And then go teach how to do that. And then you'll find out really soon that is how you teach it. And then just go move on to something different. And then go make something new of your life. And not just 9 to 5 work. Because if you teach a 9 to 5 work, eventually, you're going to find out that 9 to 5 work, in terms of life, that there is no limits to what you can do. You can go and teach what you do at the 9 to 5, and eventually you'll never be in the 9 to 5. Now, those people who are not teaching their 9 to 5 work are always going to stay in the 9 to 5 work. Because they're not learning, and they're not consciously trying to invest their time into learning and growing. But if you go and teach people how to quit smoking while you're a smoker, you will eventually learn how to quit smoking yourself. Because you're teaching it, and because you're on the offense about it. I mean, you're smoking cigarettes, but you want to teach people how to quit smoking. I mean, you're going to quit smoking eventually. Because you're teaching how to quit smoking. So if you want to overcome heroin or any addictions in terms of caffeine or anything, I mean, go and teach how to do that. I mean, go teach people how to do that. And you will overcome it. Honestly, it's that simple. I mean, what do you want to achieve in life? I mean, go and teach what you want to achieve, and you'll understand how you achieve it. You have to teach it first. You have to bring it into a fruition. You have to go and understand to give it first of yourself, to go and afford it. And to understand to afford it is just speak up and go and practice about how to achieve it every single day, and you'll find a way to achieve it, because you'll go and look for the answers on how to do that. You understand? So to look for the answers is to teach it. Otherwise, the more I teach you about life, the more I actually bring my life ahead of my own, and then I go and teach other people how to do it as well. So now I understand that no matter what so now I can go around the world really making these events, and I can also understand that just recently I said I don't need any extra websites than my Mega Drive and Instagram and YouTube. I promise you, that's it. That's where you can find me, and that's it. I promise you, it's more than simple enough for me to be able to do it daily, and that's it. I don't need 50 million social medias so that you can find me. I mean, imagine working on 50 million social medias in the planet. I mean, something for everybody. I mean, do you have time to do 50 million social medias in life? I mean, by the time you're posting information on all these 50 million social medias, I mean, how about the time for your kids? And how about the time for your wife? I mean, how about the time to travel around? I mean, guess what? I mean, stick to 2 social medias or stick to 1 social media. I stuck to 1 social media. I stuck to just Instagram. I promise you, it's more than enough. But guess what? I realized YouTube delivers me something else as well. I realized now YouTube provides me a service where I get to see actually the nice beautiful orchestra of how many people are watching me on YouTube a day and statistics around YouTube. I just chose to do that on YouTube for free so that I can see what do I need to do. Because now I can understand how to make quality videos, I understand how to make audio, I understand how to post videos, I understand more about YouTube, and I understand the statistics behind Instagram and YouTube now. But either way, that if I chose not to go on YouTube, I realize that's just 1 video a day I don't even post on YouTube anymore. I realize I'd rather go and post a YouTube video anyway, because it makes it easier for you to find me. I realize that the first nice beautiful idea is understand that people rather go to YouTube than Mega Drive storage. And now people don't trust Mega Storage online as much as YouTube today. So I understand that because they use YouTube more often. So either way, I go on YouTube and I find the crowd. I go up to the crowd in that platform so that they can find me on their own platforms. And now Instagram and YouTube, and that's that. I don't care if you have TikTok, man. You come to me. I don't care about TikTok. I don't care about Snapchat. I don't care about Facebook. I don't care about those programs. I never want to use it. So do you understand that? Because I never have to learn that. I have to learn something different. I promise you now, I have to learn everything. But guess what? I realize that I've already learned from Facebook already. I've already learned from it. I just learned, but I never use it. I don't care about all those settings. I don't care about what they have on Facebook. I never use it. I learned from it. I mean, it's the same as me going to KFC and saying, I'll never go to KFC again. I never go to KFC because it's the same as Facebook. I have Instagram. I have YouTube. I have, instead of KFC, I have beans. I just swap over. I swap different. I make a different trade. I go into a different trade. I go into a different company. You understand? I mean, why do I need to go to McDonald's? I mean, why do I need Subway? I've got beans. I have beans. I eat some beans today. I promise you, it's healthier. I make a different trade. So, I mean, why do I need Facebook and Instagram and TikTok? I have Instagram. I have YouTube. I have MegaDrive. I promise you, either way, it's more than enough for me. I mean, why do I need LinkedIn? I have YouTube. I have Instagram. You get it? I simplify. I become a minimalist, and I find 1 or 2 social medias or 3 social medias that I really love, and I just go with that. I understand that either way that I'm doing MegaDrive. I understand I'm doing MegaDrive and Instagram, and then I say, let me just go on YouTube and find out how to really build attention on YouTube. And then I'll see how to build attention on YouTube. But it's not through hashtags. First, you don't build trends, and you don't build anything through hashtags. You have to understand that you are your own hashtag, but you don't have to go on YouTube and Instagram hashtagging anything anymore. You don't have to go on Google and Pinterest anymore. You can go on Google. You don't need Pinterest. Probably they're old. Probably they're people you don't even need. You don't need them. What are they going to offer you? You can post your photos on them. You can do it on Instagram. Choose Instagram over Pinterest. Instead of Facebook and over Facebook. I understand this way. I understand that either way, if you choose Snapchat or Facebook, you go Facebook. Let's just do Facebook. Forget Snapchat. Facebook is a much better opportunity. But guess what? I realized that with Facebook or Instagram, I'd rather go Instagram. I'd rather go Instagram over Snapchat. Let's just put it. Either way, you have to understand that when I go and make these nice, beautiful black and white scenarios that I just shown you, is it Instagram or is it Facebook? I say Instagram. Because guess what? I realize that's a black and white motto. You cannot have alcohol and Jesus Christ at the same time. You have to choose. You have to choose what your life is. Do you want a Jesus Christ lifestyle or do you want a killer lifestyle? What do you want? You cannot choose both. You cannot choose alcohol over Jesus. You cannot do that because Jesus is much better than alcohol. Do you understand? Either way, understand that alcohol is an outside world and Jesus is an inside world. And inside world wins over outside. So either way, understand that you're a trader. You're actually like a trader. So you have to trade your time. Would I rather be with you or rather be with I? I'd rather be with I. Because I have more time. I have more time to be with I. I have more time to be with I today than you. Because otherwise I have to call you. I have to call you all the time. Wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't you like people texting you all the time and messaging? Of course you would. Of course you would. You would love me to go around chasing you all the time and I always have to call you. I have to always call you somewhere. What are you doing, man? What are you doing this time, bro? What are you doing this time? What are you doing this time, sister? Do you have something to do in life? Do you want to come with me over here? I have to always call you. Get lost. I have to call you. I love I more than you. So I stay with I. So who am I staying with today? I. Who am I sleeping with today? I. Now, many people understand that many people have these girlfriends and boyfriends, and they're giving time to their girlfriends and boyfriends. I never have that privilege because guess what? I have a better privilege. I never have to give my time to a girlfriend or boyfriend. I give my time to myself. And that's the best because I never have to give my time to others. I have more time to increase my talents while you have to go to your girlfriend and boyfriend to increase their life. I never have to increase their life. I increase my life. I realize now you have to go give your time to your biological mom and family and the crowd around you. You have to go there. You do have to go and give your time to the crowd around you and also to the biological mom and your father and cousins and everybody around you in terms of your biological family. You have to give them time. I never have to do that. You see it? I have more time. I have more time than you. You have to go give your time to your kids. You have to give your time to your wife and family and also your husband. You have to give your time to them and your brother and sister and all of that. I never have to do that because I keep my time for myself. I just go and increase my talents while you have to give them time for something. Whereas when you're giving them time, what you have to do is understand that it's more about you than them. You have to go and increase their skills as much as you can so that you can increase your skills, because if you're not on the offense about doing so, then understand I have a better time than you. Whereas now I don't have to do that. I just do that with myself all day long, and eventually they come into my life, and then I just do it anyway. You understand? Because I increase my skills, but understand either way that what's more is understand that if I have more videos and more of a legacy than you, and even though you may have a wife or kids or whatever, I still have a better life than you. Otherwise, if my legacy is something that I did more than you, I mean, I have more than you there. I have more than you. Even though you have a wife and kids and everything, I have more information than you. I have more information. I'm unlimited with information. I mean, there's no describing what I can do. I can do anything. I don't need your kids. I don't need kids in this lifetime. I don't need wife. I don't need anything in this life except I. And that's that. Or is that if my life ends up going with the way of Jesus Christ fully, where I don't have kids and I don't have a wife, or else either way, I'm happy to follow Jesus Christ's way fully. Because that way, I understand that I get what I deserve. I get what I deserve by walking Jesus Christ's lifestyle. Fully. I mean, do you understand what that is? I mean, no sex with other people. I mean, no kids. I mean, no wife. I mean, I don't have to kiss a woman. I don't have to go to a woman. I don't have to chase a woman. I don't have to give other people time anymore. I'll go Jesus Christ because Jesus Christ, I only focus on Jesus Christ. And I just focus on myself then. I don't have to give other people my focus anymore. And I get what I deserve like that. Because if I have to give other people my focus and they don't want my focus, I focus on myself then. Alright, now understand me. I get what I deserve anyway. I get what I deserve either way. I understand either way. I'm making sure that every single day I give you that nice, beautiful knowledge because what's important is knowledge. I understand when I go now around the world, I go and make a nice, beautiful account, but I go and find out how much is the subscription process for me to be able to put my account up online so that I can give a service for free. And then guess what? I charge also. Or else when I charge, I may as well because guess what? I make some money on the side. And either way, that it's not about the money. I'm increasing my talents within that. I'm increasing my talents while making money. And that's that. Or else now I can get into real estate business. So what I do is I make my first 100 grand. I make my first 100,000. And then what I do with the first 100,000, I put it into my business. Or else it goes into my business. I realize now with that 100,000, I go travel the world. I go call people up with my $100,000. I go call people up and I go to Spain to give a nice beautiful event over there. And then I give the financing. I give the financing for that. And then I go to Croatia and I fly there with my financing because I have $100,000. So how else are you going to use your money but on you? So what you do is you use your own money and you go travel the world and call people up so that you can give events for free, so that you can get that advertisement for free, and so that you can go and travel the world and do your events. So that you can build up your popularity, because that's how you build your popularity, and don't give it to anybody else so that you can make plastic money on plastic money, because that's how they scam you. You have to understand that Grant Cardone, for example, has a nice, beautiful, let's say, scam going on where you have to understand it's a scam. Approach it's a scam. So he will say, give me $100,000 and I'll give you 7% in return after 10 years. Now, what happens is, he'll give you a 7% of return in interest on your money. So you may make $170,000 by giving him $100,000 and you get the money after 10 years time. I'll give you $100,000 now and then you give me $170 in terms of, I'll give you $100,000 now. And in 10 years time, you give me $170,000. You understand? And that's what Grant Cardone does, but that's a scam. And why is it a scam? And now, is it really a scam? I realize he'll give you more. He'll give you more. I mean, let's just say that. I realize now, what is the scam over here? I realize the scam is hold the money. Because if you don't hold the money, you have to understand that you just got robbed. You just gave somebody $100,000 that you could have traveled with the world in terms of you. You can go around the world with that money and call people and their nightclubs and their events, and you can go and do a public speaking event and finance yourself to get up in front of tens of thousands of people with your own finance. I realize now you can build popularity with that $100,000 rather than give it. I realize you can build popularity with that nice beautiful $100,000 rather than giving it to Grant Cardone, who will give you $170,000 in 10 years time. I mean, do you understand? I mean, wouldn't you rather go and increase your nice beautiful popularity straight away rather than waiting 10,000? Or else, wouldn't you go and rather make your popularity online now rather than waiting 10 years time to gain $70,000 more? I mean, of course. Of course you would, because you never would, you just do it. And now understand that is what I do. I understand when I make some plastic money now, I'll go and finance it around the world, and I make events while I finance myself. I mean, is it that easy? I mean, it's so easy to go and make $1 billion now, because understand that when you can finance yourself and you have the skills to go and give a great performance around the world for free, and then people are increasing your attention because you're doing that, you're getting in front of people and you're giving the financing for it because you have the finances to get up in front of people. So why would you do it? Whereas if you have all the money in the world, I mean, what are you going to do now? I mean, are you going to sit at home, or are you going to sit at home when you have all the money in the world, or are you going to get in front of people and do something? I mean, it's either you're going to do something in front of people or not. I mean, what are you doing today? I mean, if you're not going to do anything in front of people, then guess what? You have no life and you have no business, and that's why you're working a 9-to-5 job. But if you want to get up in front of people, you use the financing that you have to get up in front of people and do a performance in terms of a rock concert, or do a public speaking event, or do music production, or do something that you're talented with in terms of your money. And then and go and finance yourself with that money so that you can go and increase your nice, beautiful popularity in front of people. And that's why eventually they follow you on Instagram and YouTube, because you're in front of them. And then what do you do with that money? You just make it rotate so that you can travel the world with your financing while you're increasing your popularity. And that's that. I mean, ta-da. And guess what? Or else eventually you're making more. And what happens is eventually people start to call you. And then what happens is you go where the more attention is. You go where more attention is. I mean, do you understand? I mean, why would you go to a free event when somebody else will give you $100,000 to go to the event? I mean, go and get $100,000 over going to a free event. I mean, do you understand? I mean, there are people who are individuals who are calling you for a free event, although this individual is giving you $100,000 to go and do your services. I mean, go and do your services and get the $100,000, but give your services and learn something and grow with that. And that's it. I mean, go where the value is. I mean, this individual over here is inviting you for free, and so are they. But they have 1 billion people, and these people have 1 million people. I mean, go where 1 billion people is. I mean, go where the more attention is, or the more value. So if there's more value in terms of attention over there, you go over there. Or else now, listen to me now. Or else now, what is the difference over here? Or else this individual has free entertainment. Or else now, how many people? I mean, let's say 1 billion people. But this individual is giving you $100,000 to go and do an event right now. I mean, they will give you $100,000, but let's say there's 3 people over there. I mean, go where the 1 billion people is. I mean, you have the finances already. You have the finances already. I mean, who gives a fuck about the $100,000 over there when I have 1 billion people who can see me over here? I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's a different case scenario, but those are 3 scenarios that happens. And now, understand, we have just labeled those nice, beautiful scenarios so that we understand every single day how to live our lives in I. I understand either way now. You go where more people are over the money. I mean, every time. I mean, if there's 10,000 people over there, but over here, there is 1 person, but they're giving you $100,000. And now understand that it's more value that you understand that the people are more value. I mean, the people are more value. I mean, do you understand me now? I mean, let's say somebody offers you $100,000, but there's 3 people there. And over there, there's 10,000 people, but it's a free event. But let's say you have no financing. I mean, now, if you have no financing, but the free individuals who call you for the event, for the 10,000 people who called you in terms of to go to the event, and they give you financing, you go to 10,000 people. You have to. Or else now, if you understand me now, that it's much more important to go to where 10,000 people is, because 10,000 eyes is much more important than $100,000 right now. Because understand, popularity is much more important than money. You understand? So either way, understand that if they don't want to finance you now, you go to $100,000 then. I mean, if those people who are 10,000 people who want to see you for free do not want to finance you because you have no finances, but these people do, who have $100,000 to give you, but there's 3 of them, you go where the $100,000 is, because they will finance you at least. Because there's no value over there. I mean, how are you supposed to, I mean, how, you're never supposed to, how can you withdraw from the bank and go and get yourself in debt so that you can go give them attention? You don't get yourself in debt. You go where people are giving you money then. Or else now, if the ones are giving you money And they say, I'll give you money, man. I'll give you $100,000, but come and lecture us in terms of us three. And there's another event that invites you for free to go to the Nice Beautiful 10,000 people event for free, but they're not going to finance you. But they want you there and they call you. I mean, go over there, because over there is 10,000 people. I mean, that's more value, because I realize 10,000 people will share you around 10 times and more. Or else each person will share you around 10 times. I mean, that's 100,000 people. And then 100,000 people will share you again 10 times. Or else that's already 100,000 million people. So either way, understand that whatever that number is, or else 10 times what, understand either way that it's all numbers. I never get confused about numbers. I have a calculator. I mean, what? Do you understand? I never have to be exact on numbers. I mean, do you understand? I have a calculator, man. I have a calculator, woman. I don't have to think about those numbers. I just go and do a calculator. I estimate, oh, there's 100 million people. I mean, the whole world will see you there. I mean, everybody will see you from that Nice Beautiful crowd, because it compounds. Or else 10,000 people will share you around with the world. And that's that. Or else everybody will find about, or else everybody will find out about you in that Nice Beautiful 10,000 program. But these three may share you around, but it goes slowly. Or else 3 people are slower to share you around than 10,000 people. So understand, you go where 10,000 times is, over 3 times. Or else 10,000 times is much better than 3 times. Or else now, either way, make sure that you understand that when you're real estating around the world, you go and find out where the real estate is. But understand, this is more making sure that you can go and make your life what it is. I realize either way, I must go very soon, because I understand I'm not getting sick, but it's very cold. I understand that you must understand that when you go around the world teaching what you love to do, you do it for free, and finance yourself around the world and teach yourself really how to understand your grace and your talents and what you love to do every single day. Because understand that when you do that, you are an entrepreneur. You're something that's much greater. So understand that you deserve attention. You deserve free events. So go around and really go and public speak and do all these nice, beautiful events, but make plastic money now while you grow. Because understand that if you go and do what I do right now, you understand to go and make 600 hours of videos of public speaking in front of a crowd, and also do some nice, beautiful public speaking without a crowd, but just with you, and then do it like this, although make 600 hours worth and become talented in your nice, beautiful scenario. Because understand that no matter what, you must be talented first in yourself. Or else when you do that, you have to understand, then you can go and create all these events, because you have all the communication skills to do just live coaching then. And then you can just go around the world doing live coaching everywhere. I mean, do you understand? Although understand that if you go and do a nice, beautiful event that is public speaking, or in terms of the seminar, you're doing a seminar in terms of a seminar, you're doing a seminar around town, and then you start pitching people about money while you're doing a nice, beautiful seminar for free, you don't do it, because it doesn't work out. Or else now understand that it doesn't work out for those people. It never works out. So why would you pitch out people like Ben Harvey and Grant Cardone for $100,000 for people who cannot afford it? I mean, now understand that somebody may be able to afford it, but understand either way that what's important here is you understand that you don't pitch people at your seminars. You don't pitch people at your seminars because it's not worth it. Or else that what's worth it is freedom. So understand that everybody there just wants some free content, and so do you. You just want to be promoted for now. You just want to be promoted, but do not, and I mean do not, go and pitch people at seminars for money. I mean, don't do it. I mean, then you're going to stand for 40 minutes and you're just going to pitch them $10,000, but I'll decrease it and make it $2,000. And if you make this nice, beautiful bonus and you come with me over here, then it's really $500. And understand either way that if you just sponsor yourself with this crowd over here, I will give you this nice, beautiful package for $299. Or else now, it's not worth it. I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, either way, understand me now that what you're doing here is understanding that you're growing with the pitching. You're growing with the pitching, but guess what? Or else, if you're growing with that pitch, or else, is it worth it? Or else, yes then. Or else, if you're growing with the pitch and you're pitching people and you're growing with that, you also make money, and you also understand that people will also get your information. But understand that what's important is understand that if you go do a free event and you just give content like this, and you don't have to pitch it for money because you already have money, I mean, why are you pitching them? I mean, you have $1 billion, and then you make a seminar around town, and you want more money? I mean, understand that more money is more wisdom given. But let's say you have the financing. You have the financing already. I mean, why are you pitching them? I mean, why are you pitching them for more money when you have money for finance already? I mean, it don't make sense, man. Or else, understand me now. Or else millionaires are going making around seminars and they're pitching people for more money when they can already finance themselves. And they can finance themselves already, so why would you pitch people for money? Or else they're not in it for you. Or else they're not even, they're not even for Jesus Christ then. I mean, do you understand? Because if I have the finances already, let's just say I have the finances and I go show up at your events, why would I pitch you for money? I have money already, don't I? Let's say you don't have the money though. Why would you pitch for money then? Why would you pitch for money in the first place? Go give your content for free. Isn't that better? Let's say you have no financing, but you love your work. Why don't you do it for free? Why do you want financing when you can do your work for free? If you can do your work for free, why do you need financing then? Why? There's no excuses. You can do it for free somewhere. You can do it for free. But understand, if you don't have the financing and then you go and pitch people at a free event for your product, but you have no financing, but you don't do your work for free then, you're not doing your work for free, you're actually doing it for the financing. You're not in that for your best interest then. Why? Why would you go without financing somewhere to promote, you're promoting your event without financing, and then guess what happens? You then have to pitch people for financing. You do. But if you have the financing, why would you pitch people for money? You don't pitch people for money. So if you have the money already, you go and create your event, and that's it. Don't pitch people for money. You have the financing. But if you say you don't have the financing, you then create it for free. You make it for free. Because why do you need financing to make it for free? Why do you need money to do your content for free? It doesn't make sense. Because why do you do your content? Do you do it for free or do you do it for money? If you do it for money, that's why you'll never be anybody. If you do it for money, you'll never be anybody. But if you do it for free, you can be somebody. I never do it for money, I do it for free. So what I'll do, I'll make an event, I'll invite you, I'll never charge you for anything. I just want your attention. I just want you to listen to me. I just want to give you some knowledge so I can grow and so I can build attention for free. But if I invite you to my event and then I pitch you $1 million to have me elsewhere, what for? I already have the financing. But if you understand that, I understand that's everything. I understand I never have to charge you. I never have to scam you of $1 billion to find me. Imagine somebody like me or anybody in life who invites you to their events and then wants to charge you for money. There's no business there anymore. There's no more business there. It's for money. It's not. I realize it's for money and not for you. Or else now, if I go there and I make a free event, or else I make a free event, and everybody around us makes a free event, or else everybody around us makes a free event, or else is it for the money or for the free event? It's for the free event. It's for us. It's for us to grow, and it's not for us to get richer on plastic money, because it's a free event. Or else when you go to a free event, are people asking you for plastic money? Or else maybe a homeless man or something like that. Or else they're asking for money. They're not even in it for you, man. They're not in it for you. They're in it for the plastic money. Because they're asking you for plastic money. Do you understand? So if you're asking people for plastic money, you never do it. Guess what? You ask for plastic money. But guess what? I understand that no matter what, ask for plastic money. Or else that plastic money is something that helps. Or does it really? If you need it, or else will it help you? I understand that plastic money never resorts to helping you. Do you understand me? Guess what now? You have to understand that either way, that what really helps you is the content that you give. But is plastic money alone able to help you? Why do you ask for it then? Guess what? You can ask for it. Or else now, how is plastic money able to help you? You can give it to somebody else. You can give plastic money to somebody else. And what else? how else is plastic money able to? How else is plastic money able to help you? You can rent accommodation and go traveling with it. Alright, now that is able to help you, isn't it? Alright, now what is really helping you there? Alright, is it the plastic money or is it you? Alright, it's you and it's not the plastic money. Alright, happiness doesn't grow in plastic money. I mean, who is carrying the plastic money? You. Alright, is the plastic money carrying you or is you carrying the plastic money? You are carrying the plastic money. So understand that source of happiness is happening with you and not plastic money. Otherwise, no matter how much plastic money you have, otherwise it will never make you happy. Otherwise, what makes you happy is you over the plastic money. Otherwise, now when I make events, I make them for free because I work for free. I mean, does that make simpleness happen? Otherwise, either way that anything in terms of either ways is making sure that you grow. You have to understand that when you make sure you grow, you go and make an event, but make it for free because you gain attention. And everybody wants you to do it for free. I mean, let's just put it like that. But you have to have the confidence to call up around the world, to go travel the world and finance yourself. I mean, do you have the confidence to do that? I mean, do you have the confidence to go around the world and travel around the world? I mean, do you have the confidence to travel around the world? I mean, understand that whatever you're doing today, understand that when you go travel around the world, and you finance yourself. I mean, are you able to do that? You have to be able to do that all the time. You have to understand that what you're doing. Alright, either way, I understand that there's some homeless man over here. I realize that no matter what, I'm just going to keep teaching over here. I'm just realizing that no matter what, that somebody over here is screaming and they're not having a good time. I understand, just focus on myself, because understand that if somebody is really disrupted in terms of life, you focus on yourself. Because if you understand that anything in terms of life, in terms of what happens, you just be careful, but understand that if they're always looking at you and they're not going away, you have to understand that if they're screaming at you, you have to understand that you just be careful. You understand? You be careful, because I understand that no matter what, I realize that's why I have the nice beautiful 6 p.m. rule, and now it's around 8:15. So I understand that I'm doing my work here, but there are lunatics around the streets and they just scream, or they're just screaming. So understand that no matter what, I realize I stay away from being out of my nice beautiful 6 p.m. rule, because my 6 p.m. rule is from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I must be indoors, because otherwise, I mean, people just running and they're really psychotic. I mean, you understand? I mean, they're psychotic on the streets over here. And understand that no matter what, it's anywhere in the world. I mean, don't be out of your accommodation from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. I mean, be indoors and stay away from the nightlife. I mean, if you go in the nightlife, you'll run into egotistical people. So understand that I stay away from egotistical people, and that's why I call it the 6 p.m. rule. And I stay indoors, because I understand that when somebody's looking at you and they're I mean, it looks like they're going to kill you. In a sense, to realize either way that you go and really help yourself to deliver something greater. But understand that if you fight somebody and you're growing with it, you can do it then. I mean, either way, understand that if you don't fight back, you will learn from it. Otherwise, if you learn from it while you're growing and you fight back and you grow, you learn from it. So either way, that what's happening right now is understand that if you want to ever bash any others, if you want to bash other people and cause them violence, you do it in a way that it's growth, because you want to learn from that. You don't want to go bashing other people, and you don't want to go causing violence. But understand, if you want to defend yourself and you want to learn from it, you can. You can learn from it. But understand either way that the ultimate way is don't get into violence in the first place. I mean, walk away from it. But understand that no matter what you're doing in life, I understand that many people do not have a business and they don't have skills to go travel the world and to go call up Spain and Egypt and go to all these nightclubs. And why is that? Because they don't have the finances, but it's not because of the finances. It's not because of the finances. I promise you it's their ability to grow. I promise you it's really their ability to go and build those skills. Or else when you build the skills, you have the finances. You always have the finances when you build the skills, because when you build the skills, you'll be famous, you'll be popular, and then the finances come easily. I mean, it's that simple, but understand they don't have confidence for that. Because why? Because they don't have skills, and they're not learning, and they're not growing, and that's why they're in the 9-to-5 job. And the 9-to-5 job is where they go to build skills, and they're not doing it in a 9-to-5 job either, because they live for the weekend, and they also want to drink and do drugs while they're working on a 9-to-5 job, and that's helping nobody. And then what happens is, I realize the world around them is evolving while they are dying, and then they end up homeless, and then they're asking, why am I homeless? Because they're not growing. I realize if you see a homeless person, I realize if you see if you see a homeless person in divine nature on the street, and you say you're not growing, man, I realize they'll never agree with you. Otherwise, they'll never agree with you. But if they choose to agree with you, you have to understand you have to convince them. You have to convince them to agree with you all the time. You have to convince everybody to agree with you first, but not for money. I will never convince you to have money. I don't care about your money. I will never care for the outside world and its plastic money, because plastic money is not the result to anything. So how do I sell you on anything that I have? I sell you for free. I give it to you for free. And that's how I really build my communication skills, to be able to sell you. Because if I hold an event around you and it's $100 per door, in terms of $100 per tickets to see me, but I'll never invite you. You can just come. And if you love it, you can give me money, but I'll never ask it from you. I mean, do you understand? I'll never ask for the money for you. I'll never ask for you to give me that money. But let's say I do create a nice beautiful seminar around Sydney or Australia or Spain or wherever. I understand I charge at the door to see me, because I grow with that money. I grow the money. I grow myself with that money. Because if you don't know how to grow yourself and money, you then don't deserve anything. You have to grow yourself first. I mean, you are much more important than money. So grow yourself, and then the money, you understand how to grow it. Because the money is growing you. You understand? Because when you understand that you're growing yourself, you always have money. You understand? So either way, I realize that those who grow will find a way. I realize they'll find a way. I realize they'll find a way to be more successful than everybody else. But understand that what's important is understand that if I go around the world and you see me around your town and it's $100 per door and you cannot afford it, I realize that either way, you have my nice beautiful videos. I mean, I didn't do it in terms of evil intent. I didn't do that for evil intent so that you cannot afford it. I understand you can afford me online. Whereas now, if you cannot afford me online, am I doing it for an evil intent? Because you cannot afford it? You can afford it. You can afford life. You can afford to live life. If you're still living life, you can afford it. Whereas now, eventually you may be able, eventually, I hope so, you may be able to come to my events and give me some plastic money so you can see me. Because either way, I need to live life, and I need to grow with that money. I need to grow my population. I need to grow my legacy, because your $100 will help grow me. You understand? I realize either way, plastic money in this world is not evil. But what's evil is not growing. I realize now, is plastic money alone something to look forward to? I realize now, communication skills is much more than plastic money. I realize now, that's what people in a 9-to-5 job need to do today to be able to go around the world and make all these events and make their dreams come true, because most people value plastic money over communication. I realize they value more plastic money and they value their phone more than themselves. I realize they value plastic money more than traveling the world. I realize everybody's choice is their choice in terms of life. You have your own choice. I realize I never value a phone. I value what I can do with the phone. I never value plastic money. I value what I can do with the plastic money. I mean, that's a different scenario. Or to understand that you never value anything with the outside world, but go and understand to value what you can do with it. I realize what you can do with it is something that you have a purpose and passion now. To understand that what you understand your passion is what you can do with everything. And not anything except you. You must understand you are alone your own passion. Because otherwise, what else is? You have to be your own type of teacher. You have to understand to go and teach yourself how to do everything. I understand if you value something else more than yourself, you then have no life. I realize if you value anything more than yourself, you then have no Jesus. But if you value yourself more than others, you then have Jesus Christ. I realize that's what the Bible means every single day. But I understand no matter what, I understand that now, that since I can go and travel the world, I understand that since I waited, and I didn't wait, I never wait. I realize since I just be patient for about 10 minutes so that my phone can go and, let's say, charge up so I can do an extra 40 minutes of video, I realize this is worth it. I realize yes. Because what was I doing in that 10 minutes? I was writing on my phone about what not to do in my life. And what are some things I wrote about what you must never do? You must never ever place your phone on airplane mode when you want to go on the internet, for example. Or that's what you never do. You must never ever work on a 9-to-5 job all your life. Or that's what I believe in. Although I understand that those who work on a 9-to-5 job is because they value other people more than themselves. And that's that. Or else if you value more people in terms of other people more than yourself, you'll always be in a 9-to-5 job or homeless. Or else that's that. Or else, or you'll be gone from this life. Alright, now if you value yourself more than other people, you will escape the 9 to 5 job, and you'll also make all the money in the world, and you'll have Jesus Christ and God and everything. Alright, now people who are homeless have less of Jesus Christ than those who are in the 9 to 5. I promise you that those who are homeless have a better chance to succeed in it. But understand that those who are working on a 9 to 5 job have an ultimate chance also. But understand that anybody can work a chance, or else anybody can go and make a chance happen or create an opportunity. But understand that anybody who's just sitting all day long and doing nothing on the street, or else they have no chance. But yes, they do. Or else they still have a chance because they're still alive. But understand that they have less chances, although no. Or else they have no less chances either. Or else everybody has an equal chance today. I have an equal chance to make $1 billion just like a homeless man on the street or woman. Or else everybody can do it. Or else that Robert Kiyosaki, in terms of the name Rocky Balboa, in terms of Sylvester Stallone, is somebody that has an opportunity to be homeless, and then he made this life. Or else he made a life for himself. Or else he went and done something very much similar here. I said either way that I see these guys over here in terms of these homeless people are looking at me and grumping and all that. So I have to go, but I understand but that either way, that it's a dangerous world sometimes, but understand if it's a dangerous world for you, understand to make it less dangerous. I understand that for me, there's no dangerous world because I understand how to defend myself, I understand how to grow myself, I understand how to fight back, I also understand how to put them down, I understand how to really beat them up, I understand how to grow with it, I understand how to never be in jail as well, I understand how to grow everything. Otherwise, you don't have to fight back. You can fight back if you grow there. You can fight back, you can do your martial arts, you can also understand that nobody can hurt you if you don't allow it. Or else these homeless people can never hurt me because I have some martial arts karate and I can really pound their faces in. I can pound them in really quickly. I get them down on the floor and I start really bashing them. But I grow from it, I leave them on the floor and I just go. I'm like that. I'm like that. I'll bash you if you touch me. Or else now, if you try to touch me in a violent way, I'll bash you. But if you try to touch me like this, you can touch me, but understand I never touch other people. I never touch other people. I never need to touch other people. But understand that what's more important is grow with it. Or else if you're willing to grow, you can do anything. I mean, whatever you want to do, you can watch whatever you want, as long as you're able to grow, you will overcome it. You understand? You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want in this world, but just grow. And you understand how you do it. I'll see you guys in the next video.